And now, introducing the new SneakyG Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in SneakyG Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for SneakyG Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. water hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's replica trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the SneakyG podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants. Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG, man. Oh, oh man. Oh, what was your weekend? Y'all had a good weekend? I mean, mine was aight, it was aight. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about today, and I'm gonna do my best to stay on schedule. Okay. I promise I'm gonna do my best. I have a WWE guy. Thank you for putting that up there, because I'm just gonna be as petty. I'm gonna be as petty. Oh, you think that bothers me, especially now? You think putting up 40-0 from week 1 does anything to me? Matter of fact, this is why I talk. This is why I talk my talk. And I'm going to see, the thing is, I'm going to be just as petty as you. Just as petty as you. Yes. The Dallas Cow, and we're going to get into that. I got it on my list of things, because there's other stuff than you guys. And he wants to continue Oh, I could do this all day. LOL. Someone is mad that the Giants make the playoffs. Well, look, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Let me give you your due. LOL. Someone is mad that the Giants make the playoffs. Well, it's 87-13. Am I reading that wrong? Well, okay. LOL. Someone is mad that the Giants make, I don't even know what that means, but no, I'm not mad. I'm not mad because our record says what we are, but I know you're mad. I know your team. I'm assuming you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm assuming it's an assumption. Okay. Uh, you're a Dallas Cowboy fan that, you're questioning your loyalty right now. You're wondering if the suffering that you're going through right now is worth it. Because I'm also going to assume that you have yet to see your team win a Super Bowl. I'm just going to assume that as well. And I can't understand the pain that you're going through because I've seen my team win 4. Okay, been to 5. My son has even seen his team won 2, 2 more than you have. Okay. The fact that the Dallas Cowboys were, I don't want to say, I don't want to say frauds. That's a strong word. That's saying you're fake. I'm not going to say the Dallas Cowboys were fake. Okay. And yes, Solo, yes, classic Cowboy fan. Classic. And you know what? I'm going to be a classic Cowboy hater, although I am the hater. Stephen A ain't got nothing on me. You can screenshot that and send that to him if you want. Look, the thing is that your team made history. The Dallas Cowboys made history Sunday. They allowed in this new playoff format, okay? In this new playoff format, where they now have 7 teams in each conference, okay? Where they took the 1-week bye from the 2nd seed. Now, the 2nd seed, which the Dallas Cowboys was, they have to play the week. They have to play wild card week. And congratulations, Dallas Cowboy fans. You are the first team, the first 2nd seed team to lose to a 7th seed team that allowed them to. You're the only home team that did not win this weekend. Plus, someone scored 48. A team scored more points against the Dallas Cowboys, I think in history or something like that, top 5 or whatever the case may be. Oh, happy day is putting it lightly. Okay. And there's a saying that I go by. I don't want to beat a horse when it's down. Oh, but I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna throw elbows. Because the problem is there's a few Cowboy fans out there that it doesn't pertain to them. What I'm saying does not pertain, but those of you, and you know who you are. You know who you are. Every week, it's our year. Every week, we're the greatest team of all time. Every week, trust me, I live in Dallas. I hear it every freaking week. And the moment y'all fail, now see, I'm getting off script here. I'm getting off script. I need to get back on script because I said those of you Cowboy fans, please, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because the reality is, Dak is, what is he? 2-5 right now in the playoffs. 2-5. Damn. Tanya, what's up? I see you. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Now I want to go on to some other stuff. Cowboy fans, please sit tight, buckle up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change my I have it to where I can. Let's see, do the settings. I want to change it to where, because I want to add the speakers to let me do a quick test. All right, perfect. There we go. Because I'm gonna add TikTok Live to this bad boy. I feel the need to do that. Hold on, save the draft. I don't even know what I was posting. Don't even know what I was posting. Here we go. Bear with me. I am normally more prepared than this, than anything else. Make it count. SneakyG, man. There we go. Perfect. Close enough. Okay, so I'm gonna do now. Hopefully, the TikTok live don't get I don't get canceled. Elite Tiffany, I see you. I see you. Hey, good luck next week against what do you call it? KC. So those of you that are Dallas Cowboy fans, please, sit tight because it's more than, more than just about you losing this week. I mean, I could talk a whole hour on that, but I'm not going to do that. So I took last week off because it was my birthday week. I'm now 22 again, for the second time. Second time and some change. Anyway, we've had some firings, okay? Some really big firings. Now, of course, firings that we knew was going to happen. We knew that the offensive line coach, Bobby Johnson, was going to be gone, and we knew that the special teams coach was also going to be let go. Okay. Now I want to say something that it's going to be somewhat personal for me, and then we'll get to the wink thing, but let's stick with just this real quick. Bobby Johnson, if you don't know, he's the offensive line coach for the New York Football Giants. Former, he was let go last week. Now look, for me, this is personal. All right, it's personal because I met Coach. I met Coach Johnson. Great guy, very personable. Now I want to say this, and it's almost like I want to give you guys advice. All right, I want to get you guys some advice. Okay, when and if you have the pleasure, because it is a pleasure to talk to players, coaches, staff members, even the cleaning crew. I mean, anytime you get to talk to somebody that's inside the building, okay, you need to keep those conversations private. You need to keep anything and everything you say classified. All right. Because obviously, especially with reports that are coming out now about, leaks and all this other stuff, it's really hard for people, especially within the organization, to trust people. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I don't care if Bobby and I talked about how he made the best shrimp salad. I'm not going to tell you. Okay. I'm not going to say what we conversated, but I am going to say we had great conversation and great guy. So I tell you all this to say that it sucked to see him go. And I understand the the reasoning behind it. Look, we had 80 plus sacks this year. 80 plus. I think it was 89, 85, somewhere around there, but it was more than 85 sacks this year, worst in NFL. And hold on a sec. Yo, accept my DM. It's in this recording. Okay, I'll check that out later, Matthew. So when you have numbers like that, changes got to be made. Okay, changes have to be made. Now my concern is this. Okay, my question is this. Is it the scheme? Is it the coaching? Is it the player? Okay. Is it the method of the way the coach is presenting the information to the player not computing? Is it the scheme in which the coach is getting, the resources from the head coach? Hey, this is how I want it ran, and so forth, so forth. Or is it just not the player kind of, so I mean, that's my main question. Okay. Because as a coach, as a coach in any position, linebacker, quarterback, offensive coordinator, even head coach, all of it head coach, you're in not only a leadership role, but you're in a teaching role. And there's a lot of different teaching styles. And if a player can adapt to what you're saying or how you're preaching it, then yeah, it's time to move on. So for me, that's my main question. I like Bobby Johnson, good dude, stand-up guy, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. Now, Wink Martindale, and I got Gabe and I got Ant, and I'm going to bring them in here in a little bit, and we're going to kind of touch base on Bobby Johnson. I know Gabe loves him, and then we'll talk about Wink. Now, the thing about Wink, it's personal and as well for me with this. I had some great conversations with Wink as well. The guy, I will say this, the guy is a defensive genius, okay, in my opinion. And now, will I say that he walks on water? No. I mean, he's a defensive coordinator. He's very defensive, heavily minded, and he knows his stuff. I mean, you would think the journey that, I mean, the man got a Super Bowl ring. The man has been there, done that. Of course, he's going to know his stuff when it pertains to defenses. Okay. Allegedly, there was some issues in Baltimore. Allegedly, there were some issues within the New York, the Giants coaching building, if you will. Now, I'm going to bring Gabe and Ant in here as well, so they can kind of rehash what I'm about. I don't want to miss any points, but I'm going to say this, and Ant, I'm not taking your thunder when I say this, because I know we talked about this before. Bottom line, Dable, there was some stuff going around in the facility. Okay. Dable put some guys together, and he straight up said to them, hey, do you have a problem with me? Allegedly that happened. Does anybody have a problem here with me? And nobody said anything. I don't want to call someone, I don't like calling people cowards, but that's a cowardice move. If I have an issue, if you have an issue with me, and I give you the floor, to say, yes, I got a problem. And now I don't know what would happen. I don't know if Coach Dable would be like, okay, meet me 10 minutes in my office. And I don't mean that in like a, let's go outside type deal, handle it. But if I say, if me, Sneaky, if I say to any of you, if I bring you online, and I'm like, hey, do we have a problem? And you tell me no. If you're not man enough or woman enough to say, yes, I do, then I'm going to turn the page and go on with my life. If you can't say to me, I need to talk to you. Look, this reminds me of back in the day. I had this E6, Sergeant Caraballo. He's a warrant officer. He's probably retired now in the military. This man, for whatever reason, couldn't stand me. Tried to find every reason to get me. He was my platoon sergeant. I don't know, those of you that don't know military language, he was my boss. Okay. He was my boss's boss. Okay. Finally, one day he wrote me up for some stupid BS. And you have there's a thing you can circle. I concur or I unconcur, meaning I agree with what you're saying or I don't agree with what you're saying. I signed because it's a counseling slip, right? So I circled, I don't agree with what you're saying. And then he looked at it and he said, he was Dominican. He was like, what do you mean you don't agree with what you're saying? I said, Sergeant, I don't know what your problem is with me. What is your problem? And I got my squad leader. I got my because I got the platoon sergeant. You got like the next guy in charge. I don't know what section chief, and then I got my squad leader, and I'm sitting at parade rest, and I'm like, I don't know what your problem is with me. I have no. I mean, ever since you've been here, you've been giving me a hard time. I don't know why. I don't give you a reason, and I bust my ass every day. What is your problem with me? He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. And the next, and I knew he had an issue with me. And the next thing I said to him was, there was a gym like down the street from our company level. I said, you want to play basketball? You want to play some 21? There's a gym right down the street. I'll be there in 15 minutes. The man showed up. And I'm going to tell you that to this day, that was the most physical basketball game I played. I won 2, he won 1, just for the record. And I'm not a good basketball player, but that's either here or there. The point is that I'm trying to make is, if someone says to you in an audience, has anybody got a problem with me? That is your time to speak up. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the president. I don't care if it's your boss, one of your friends, or anything. I don't. That is your time. Lightly put it, that's your time to shine. And nobody said nothing. Now, if that's the case, shame on them. Because the moment Dable closed that door, and if they started talking about him after that, they deserve to get what they got. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest. You had your chance. You had your chance, and you put your tail between your legs, and you didn't say anything. Yes, Tanya, like you said, put up or shut up. Now, I kind of went over my time what I wanted. I'm going to bring in Gabe and Ant. Did I articulate that as good as I can?
100%.
I will. Yeah. I agree. If that report is true, I believe that's from the Paul Schwartz article, I believe, in the New York Post. So it was very clear, the article Paul Schwartz wrote, that was the Giants side of things. It was very clear that was the Giants side of things. And then I don't know who wrote the article with the Wink side of things. Oh, Jay Glazer was the Wink side of things. Basically, Jay Glazer was the one who was like, we all know Wink's the one who leaked it to Jay Glazer. I mean, that's pretty.
Well, we don't. We don't. We can assume. We can assume.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
But
yeah.
hey, so and that's the thing too about the whole Wink thing, right? The whole leaking of the Wink thing. What was okay? And let's just say allegedly. I'm not gonna agree that it was Link. I'm not gonna say. I'm just because I don't know. I mean, we can sit here and say it was. We can sit here and say it was one of his right-hand men. We don't know. But what if you leak information out, what are you trying to gain?
It sounds to me like he wanted to be let go. Period.
Yeah, he was trying to get out. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to he was not staying here. There was no way he was staying here.
He wanted to get fired.
Yep.
So that he got all his money on his way out.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing.
The other thing, though,
I don't think I'd have leaked anything out. I mean,
I wouldn't have done that part, but I would have wanted to got fired so I can get my money.
Right. So okay. What a way to. So you guys know, right? I hope. I mean, we've known each other, and I know we've known each other longer. You know, there's a certain of integrity. Okay, there's a certain level of trust that we all have within the group. Okay, and if that trust is broken, I can't treat you the same like I did before. You know what I'm saying?
but I think Brian Dable ruined that trust before he leaked it to the media. I think so. The biggest thing that in the article from the Daily News was a quote from Brian Dable in the middle of a game on a headset. "You're gonna lose us this game, just like you lost us the Jets game. on the headset in the game against Washington.
Okay, I read that too. Okay.
Okay. First of all, there's a lot of things you can say. First of all, in that Washington game, the defense created, I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was 2 or 3 turnovers in that game overall, which gave Tommy DeVito and the offense a lot of short field opportunities to score. And they did. They scored with those short field opportunities. So why are you going to sit there and cast the blame on Wink Martindale? And also in the Jets game, which is what he referred to, in the Jets game, they had -9 passing yards as their final offensive stat. That was their final offensive stat, -9 passing yards. And he's saying that the defense cost them the Jets game?
Well, okay. Well, let's flip it though. Why was it when the defense was basically locking the Jets down? If we're going to get in the weeds of things, why did they go into a prevent defense that let that pass wide open down the field to leave it to where they can have that?
Why did the offense only score 10 points in that game? We can ask this. Here's my problem: is Brian
no. Don't answer the question with a question. I'm just saying I know where Dable is coming from when he said that. Now, look, it's in the heat of the game. Okay, let's get the full context of that comment, alleged comment. We got to say that. Okay, alleged comment that we need. You know, it's in a game. It's in the heat of the moment. Okay, and look, he is the head coach. He is the head coach, and you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I don't. If Dable was being an ass, good for him. I would rather my coach be an ass. Because look, Tom Coughlin, come on now. Tom Coughlin was an ass, and he got his 2 Super Bowls. Bill Parcells, come on now. Bill Parcells was not buddy-buddy with anybody.
Arguably the biggest ass ever.
He is the asshole of the bunch.
And he'll
himself. So I don't care. If you can't handle being I don't want to say belittled or challenged. I mean, we could say challenged, we could say demeaned, whatever we can say during a football game as a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, whatever, then maybe that's not your job. Maybe somebody else needs to come in and do the job. Now, am I giving Coach Dable a pass? Yes.
But here's my problem, though, right? Is your offense is terrible this year. Was horrible. It's your offense, Brian. It's your offense. It's your playbook. You're just having Kafka call the plays, which allegedly he didn't let Kafka do the whole year. Also, that's the other thing.
I read that too.
Hold on 1 second. We keep saying allegedly and then immediately go into speaking about it as if it's Bible. So we can't sit here and argue allegedly.
I'm only saying alleged because we weren't there. We didn't hear it for ourselves. That's why I'm saying it.
Well,
what I will say, yeah. Well, yeah, go.
In the context and what you're saying, you're leaving it open for people to say. But when you go from allegedly to this is this and this is that, it doesn't work that way. It can't. It's not that it doesn't work that way. It can't work that way because that door swings both ways.
Per sources from the Giants building that Pat Leonard learned of the New York Daily News, Dable in games would literally in the middle of games would take play calling responsibilities away from Mike Kafka, not only giving them to himself, but giving them to quarterbacks coach Shea Tierney in the middle of the Dallas Cowboys game. This is the game at Dallas, also not the home game.
Okay. We can either agree or disagree that there were some questionable play callings this year. Okay.
Yes.
Now, all I'm saying is for Dable to resume responsibility, which we've talked about this on the show a couple times, where, who was calling the plays? Was it Dable? Was it Kifka? I didn't know about the quarterback coach until I read the report. Okay. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is this. Dable's the head coach. Okay. Everything goes through him. At the end of the day, Dable gets the win or gets the loss. And there have been numerous reports where Dable, made suggestions to Wink and his defense, okay, on how he wanted certain things to be played.
But it's
Okay?
not Dable's defense. It's Wink's
Well,
defense.
but
It's Dable,
but the bottom, it's Dable's team.
the boss.
Dable is the head coach. Dable, at the end of the day, makes the decisions on how he wants his team to perform.
And then he takes the blame for when
And he definitely takes the blame. Now, don't get me wrong, Kifka and Wink, and I like Wink. Okay, I'm gonna throw this. I do like Wink. I mean, they have to answer certain questions during their press conference, but after the game and post game interviews, who has to take the blunt of everything? Dable.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if the team does not, if we have a similar season like we did next year, if Dable's not fired, he's on the hot seat.
I'll give you a good example.
I'm just saying, like, Ant, I'm glad you said that. It's not Dable's offense. It's not Dable's defense. It's Dable's team because he is the head coach. Go ahead, Ant.
I'm going to give a good example of this. So, and I'm sure this will resonate to most people, especially in the workforce. So if I go, all right, so for instance, I'm a party chief now in what I do. I do civil engineering, land surveying. Before I became a party chief, I was an instrument person. So I had somebody above me. One of the things I've always noticed is people do things differently. So the first thing I would say to the we'll call him the boss, to the boss, when I first started working with him, within 5 minutes of meeting this guy, I would say, listen, you guys do things differently. Different chiefs do things differently. If I'm doing something wrong or something that you don't like, you have to let me know right away. Because here's the problem. If you don't, I'm going to continue to do exactly what you don't like.
Yeah.
And exactly allegedly happened in that in the when things were getting leaked. That's exactly what happened. Dayball allegedly had a meeting where he put a bunch of guys together and said, do you have a problem with me? So if you don't tell the person that you have a problem with them, then don't expect them to change anything. That's my issue. And in this instance, again, assuming everything is true, as much as I love Wink, as much as I hated to see Wink go, I'm 55-45 on Dayball's side.
And no disrespect to Wink whatsoever.
None.
I'm taking Dable's side all the way. Why? Because he's the head coach. Why? Because the narrative that Dable purposely fired Wink's right-hand man and then the brother that he brought from Baltimore, I get that narrative. But at the same time, Bobby Johnson was was Dable's friend. That was his guy. He took him from Buffalo. Can you imagine how hard it was for Dabes to look him in the eye and say, brother, we got to go in a different direction? Can you imagine how hard that was?
I mean, when you give up 80 sacks, it's kind of obvious.
80 plus. I can't remember. I think it was 89 or 85.
I think 84 or 85 is where it was.
It's something like that.
It was like the second worst in like history of.
And again, like I said in my beginning monologue, it's like, it's scheme, coaching, or player. It has to be one of those. And that's my question. Were the players just not hearing what he was saying? Were they just not what was it that caused to have 80 some sacks? I think the next team down was like in the 70s, like 73 or 74. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the way it first got pushed out, shout out to you, Ant, because you gave me the heads up that then after I did some digging that Dable purposely fired Wink's right-hand guys. And look, they weren't the linebackers weren't producing numbers either.
My whole thing with that is Dayball did exactly what he wanted to do, which was to send the message. That was the message saying, listen, people's heads are getting cut off here, and there's a reason for it. Anybody that's still left, straighten up. And Wink couldn't take that.
I think Wink gave up. I don't think Wink wanted to fight, though. I think he wanted to fight to get fired, but he didn't want to fight to stay. There was no way he wanted to stay. He made up his mind.
Can't really fight for your guys if they've already been fired. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying fight for his guys, but I'm saying he didn't want to fight to keep the job. He made up his mind in the middle of the season that he was done. He didn't want to. It's not like Wink was going to fight to keep. It's not like Wink was going to say,
and I'm going to throw this out there too. Shane and Dable, they got a close relationship. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if, Shane might have had a hand in, having those individuals let go. Because you hear every week, we're evaluating everybody. We're evaluating everything. Evaluate, analyze. And maybe Shane was, why is our linebacking core suffering the way it is? Why is our special teams suffering the way it is? Why our offensive line, suffering the way it is? And, maybe it was when Dable and, Joe had a conversation at the end of the season and was like, hey, we need to go in another course. We're lacking in these areas. Let's start with, the coaching of these areas and look for better coaching. They could have easily had that conversation. And being that was Dable's coaching staff, I think there's better ways. Had to be the one to give the bad news.
I think there's better ways he could have done it, though. I think he could have brought Wink in instead of saying I just fired. He could have said, I have, these guys I think need to depart because of the development at the outside linebackers.
He's the head coach, Gabe. He doesn't have to explain anything to anyone.
If you want to keep a guy as your defensive coordinator,
I'll play devil's advocate with you, Gabe. I'm going to give you the argument on your side. So let's say Dable did go to Wink and said to him, listen, I got to let two of your guys go. That they're not doing the job up to par. So with knowing how pissed off Wink was and knowing what happened after they got fired, do you think the situation would have been any different? Because I don't.
I think if they acted like grown, mature men, they could have discussed it instead of just saying.
But who's not being mature here about it?
Well, Wink's not being mature by storming out of the room. That's not mature.
And allegedly Wink cussed him out and all that stuff. And all
yeah, but Brian Dable cursed him out like 7 times before that, so that was fine.
Again, is why I believe the Giants just let him walk. Because I think if it wasn't that big of an issue, they would have tried to sit him down and talk and say, hey, listen, we don't want to lose you. We got to make this work. You guys are doing what you can on both sides of the ball to make this team a better team. We got to figure out a way. But Wink never gave John Mara or anybody a chance to do that. Because contrary to what people believe, when Wink left and everybody was like, oh, something different. I was one of those people saying, oh, well, maybe they sat him down and talked because he didn't submit his papers right away. It took him a whole 24 to 48 hours to get it done. I thought maybe they were going into it. Turns out, allegedly, that Wink was being a baby about it and didn't want to do anything, wanted to make them wait.
Again, so Tanya, I want to say, Tanya says, my issue is you get rid of certain people, yet Kifka still has a job. This is what frustrates me. Tanya, I'm going to tell you, I would not be shocked if Kifka is not back next year. Kafka. I'm sorry, Kifka.
I think someone said today that a lateral move could even be possible where he goes to be an OC somewhere else. Because
that's what I mean. That's why I would not be shocked if he is not with the team.
I saw in where I think there was 1 or 2 teams that have asked the Giants permission to talk to Kafka about being a head coach.
Seattle and Tennessee have both interviewed him.
Tennessee won my coach. But yeah, Tennessee.
I see you.
Which is interesting because
Doobie not much, man, just chilling.
If you look at the Giants, what do they see with Kafka that the numbers don't show? The Giants were like the 31st ranked offense this year. That, what do they see in Kafka that we don't know? Because to me, if you're looking, maybe they're going off of 2022. I don't know, but what are they seeing in Kafka that they want to interview for a head coaching gig? That's my question. Do they think Dable is having too much control over him and that he's not, being able to do the things he wants to do? Or, there's a array of possibilities. But to me, if you're going to take away, what Dable should have done is if he was going to take away the play calling responsibilities from Kafka, take him away for the full year. Don't take him away, give him back. Take him away, take him. That's not going to help him. He's 35 years old in his first, couple years of being an offensive coordinator. He's a young coach, and if you're just going to give him and take him away and take him, he can't get a consistent flow. And then when you ask him to call a run play, and then he calls it, and you're like, "You MFer, that's not the one I wanted." Like, that's not going to help him. That's not going to help him. That's what I'm saying. Dable needs to calm down. That's what I'm saying. It really comes back to this.
Okay. Hold on. You're telling a man who's been in coaching for over 20 some years. Okay.
Yes. I have.
Being an NFL coach, I'm only assuming I've never been an NFL coach. Okay. So I can't speak verbatim of the job. Okay. Especially in a high market like New York, right? You're telling a guy, okay, that's coach of a $6 billion team.
Yep.
Okay. That hasn't won a Super Bowl in 12? Is it 12 years now? We're at 12 years, 13 or something like that.
12, 11
to, trying to, having great success one year and having a horrendous season the next, right? To calm down.
Bobby, you know what? Since you respect Bobby Skinner so much, he says the same thing.
I have to check. I would ask the same question to Bobby. I would ask him, look, it's a high intense job, especially for that 3 hours.
Okay, but no one's going to want to respect you if you just MF them every 10 minutes. That's the point. No one's going to want to.
How do we know that's what he does, though?
That is what he does. Have you not seen all the report? That is what he does. Everyone says that.
I don't care.
Everyone says that's what he does.
I don't care if that's what he does.
I'm look. I hear what you say, and I would, you know what? I would love to have Bobby on the show. I would. I've been trying to get him, but hold on, Gabe. Hold on. And I know everybody's gonna say Parcells, he's an old head. That's a different era. And I know people gonna say Coughlin, that's a long time ago. At the same time, if Bill Parcells is not gonna hug you and sing Kumbaya.
That's not what we wanted to do. We wanted
but what I'm getting at, do you know how many times Bill Parcells and Phil Simms were cussing each other out on the sidelines?
See, how many years ago is that? See,
well, that's the point I'm trying to make right there. That's the point I'm trying to make. And can you imagine, like, we don't even know the type of conversations Coughlin had with other coaches. Only thing we know is that Coughlin was an ass. Okay. And my point is, you gotta be an ass at some point. Okay. And if you don't want to be called an MFer every 5 seconds, maybe stick to the plan. Maybe call a proper play. Maybe, stick within the guidelines of the game plan that you're giving out every week. Because I mean, they have to have some kind of call sheet where if it's 3rd and 12, call this. 3rd and 6, call this. Or this is the audible for this formation. This is the package deal.
It got
and if
so
you go
bad.
outside of that, yeah, you're gonna get cussed out.
But it got so bad that Joe Shane had to get on the headset and listen in because coaches were going to Joe Shane's office and saying how the in-game treatment of Brian Dable to other coaches on the headset was out of control. That's how bad it got.
Then that's where he steps in and have either corrective measures or whatnot. The question now is, has Shane had that conversation with Dable? And if he hasn't, If he, well, let's just say, has he?
Sure, he has. But here's the
No,
problem.
no. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure. Has he? That's
No
the
one knows.
question.
You don't know. No one knows.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to get at. If he had those kind of conversations, then okay, then there was a limit to where Shane was like, ooh, maybe we need to take a step back. But if he hasn't had those conversations, then maybe it hasn't got to that maybe it hasn't got to that limit. Hold on, Tanya's asking me to read her comments. That is not true. Look at Coughlin. Okay, hold on. Look at Coughlin. Do you know what people said about him that you may not have liked him, but you damn sure respected him and saw his ways? Stop being soft. This is the NFL, not Flag Football League, not the Flag Football League. You hire him because you felt he could do the job needed. Hold on. You felt he could do the job needed.
That he thought you could do the job you needed him to do, basically.
Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. Not coddle to people and be like, oh no, how did I hurt your feelings today? Exactly.
This isn't about hurting. This isn't about hurting. See, like this isn't about hurting feeling. This is about, treating your coaches with, a little respect, like just a little ounce of respect. It seems like, see, Dable was brought here to be an offensive guru. That's how he got here. The Giants offense was horrible in 2020. Absolutely horrible. And they brought him here to fix the offensive problems, to fix they saw what he did in Buffalo with Josh Allen. They wanted him to come here and replicate that, that offense that was, is explosive, and, no one could stop it. That's what they brought him to here to do. And to me, if he's just going to sit there and point the finger at Wink Martindale's defense, which is the reason you won games this year, to me, that's like, Wink Martindale could point right back and say, look at your piss poor offense you're running, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem, is if he's pointing the fingers at things that, he's not pointing the fingers at the right things. That's the problem. He's not saying how bad the offense is. He's just pointing the finger at Wink and saying, you're losing us this game, when the defense caused 3 turnovers that game. It's not fair. That's just Danny, not
and I was
fair.
waiting on Ant to come back. No, I hear what you're saying. I do. I hear. Oh, Ant. When I do that, there's Ant. Danny, you there?
Yeah, man, bro.
All right. What's your take on all this, man?
I just hope Joe Shane has had that talk with Dable. He has to, because it's gonna get out of effing control if he doesn't have that talk.
Well, now hold on though. Okay, I hear you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm taking Dave's side on here because look, he's dealing with a franchise, okay, taken away from last year. We haven't been successful since 2016. We haven't our last except for last year. Other than that, our last playoff win was 2011. Okay, there's a lot. Look, I'm sure he saw the turnaround, or not the lack thereof, when we had McAdoo as a coach, when he saw Shermer and what the team went through with Judge. Okay. Right. I'm assuming he saw all that. So of course he's going to be determined and dedicated to the job. And like I said before, and I don't mean to sound Belichick-esque, but if you do your job, he's not going to cuss you out for no reason. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Let me bring this up too. A lot of people, and I understand the point, even Danny just said himself. Joe Shane and Brian Dable need to have that conversation. I don't doubt that they do. I do believe that. My thing on it is maybe the reason they didn't have that conversation is because we also got to realize that these guys are coming from another organization together. So I'm sure Joe Shane has seen this. Maybe that's why he hasn't talked to him, because maybe this is what guys going in Buffalo that's not happening here. It's the whole thing of, is he a player-friendly coach or is he, a Tom Coughlin type coach? And in my opinion, based off of what I'm hearing and seeing, he's a Tom Coughlin type of coach.
Yeah.
And players have to respect that. Listen, I don't go to work and tell my boss what to do and then not expect some kind of feedback or go to work and not do what my boss tells me to do. That's it. Brian Daboll is the boss, whether we agree or disagree with it. He's the one that gets put on the chopping block when things go wrong, whether it's the offense or the defense. He's the one that gets put on the chopping block when things like this happen. So in order for him to take accountability, that's exactly what he's doing. He took the guys, again, allegedly, he took the guys in a room and said, listen, does anybody have a problem with me or with what I'm doing? That's accountability number one. Accountability number two, guys, Sneaky, and maybe even Danny understands it, is that as we grew up and the game progressed, I get how you guys feel, Gabe, but we grew up with coaches going off on us no matter how good or bad we did.
In middle school.
We were
in middle school.
When we did good stuff, we didn't get pat on the back. We got told, yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it every time.
That's what you're supposed to do. Good job. Now go do it again.
Which is why Belichick's is 110%. Do your job. If you do your job, nobody's saying nothing to you.
And you know what? Like, you know how Coughlin was before when he first got to the Giants. He was a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
And him and Strahan didn't get along. Him and Strahan didn't get along at all. And eventually, Tom Coughlin lightened up, and then we started to win. Hopefully, this will happen with Daboll. Like, he'll lighten up. I mean, you can still be a tough coach, but you know what I'm saying? Have that lighten up against the players a little bit, you know? And then
I just refuse to believe that Brian Daboll is a totally different guy than he was in Buffalo. I can't.
No, but there were problems.
He was fiery, but he was like that in Buffalo too.
There were problems in Buffalo too. Yeah, like
no, I'm not gonna say problems.
He was gonna be he was gonna mutually part ways with Buffalo if he didn't get the job here.
That's the new thing, mutually part ways.
Yeah,
that's the new thing.
He was gonna leave Buffalo if he didn't get a head coaching gig, which he did. He was
mutually part. If you resign, whatever it is, you got fired. Period.
I agree.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, where did you hear that from?
The Jordan Run Pat Leonard, he was gonna leave Buffalo because he didn't get along with Sean McDermott for the same reason of this problem. He was too hot-headed on the sideline.
Yeah, but McDermott got shipped out before Daboll left.
No, the head coach in Buffalo is.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, look, I can't really, I could agree to that to an extent, because then you got to look at Joe Shane knew what he was getting when he hired Coach Daboll.
Right.
So Joe Shane had to have known if Daboll's a hothead in Buffalo,
he knows
he's going to be a hothead. Look, let's keep it 100, okay? When we lost to the Dallas Cowboys 40-0, he had every right to the way we got beat.
He had the right to say MF.
He
MF
had
this, MF this.
Every right to be however he wanted to be. And then the fact that it took us 2 extra quarters to score against Arizona. Yeah, I'm not hugging anybody singing Kumbaya. I'm sorry. I'm not handing out orange slices and popsicles. Come on, guys, give me your own. No, you damn right. I'm gonna be like MF this, MF that. You're cool.
He did that. He did that to Evan Neal. He did that to Evan Neal. Evan Neal, when he was coming off the field, he was like, "What the F was that?"
Man.
I'm on board with that, but I'm also a little bit on Gabe's side with this, because it's one thing to MF and get your stuff together and blah, 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 blah. It's another thing that's really taken more of a dig than asking for your coaches to step up when you say, you're the one that cost us the game 2 weeks ago.
Like what?
Well, I mean, no, he's putting that to light.
That's not true, though.
He's putting that to light.
You can't expect to win an NFL game when your offense scores 10 points. You can't expect to win. And then
when your backup quarterback gets injured, Okay.
Oh my God.
And then you put in your third quarterback, who did not get any offensive reps, which basically showed on the field. And
They
then you
didn't
got
let him put the ball in
a
the air.
running back. You got a running back that's going to carry the rock, 67 times, and you're barely holding on to a lead to an in-town rival. Of course, it's in a conference. We could agree to disagree, but I do want to move on, and I do have other people here that I want to bring on too.
Yeah, Mike's going to preach about an NFL legend, apparently.
Say what?
Mike has to preach about an NFL legend.
You know what? I'm gonna say let him preach. As much as I hate the Philadelphia Eagles, it's more about the fan base.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Kelsey retiring and all that.
Jason
But
Kelce,
but before we do that, oh damn, do I not have any Cowboy fans here?
I do want to say this about
Bring them on, Sneaky. Bring them on.
No Cowboy fans? Loops. I'm gonna put out the link, Loops. You gotta get on here.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Loops. Where you at, Loops? Come on, Loops.
Or somebody else brings it up.
Uh-huh.
Leave alone that they lost the game. Leave alone how much they lost by. My favorite statistic is, bro, AT&T Stadium. Why is it that the Packers have a better playoff record at your stadium than you do?
Right, that's so true. The Packers have more wins at AT&T.
Everybody that's here saying 40-0.
It's a great stat, by the way. It's a great stat.
Damn.
I want to know why they have a better record at AT&T Stadium than the actual home team does. Talk about that, Cowboy fans. Let's.
Oh hell! Hold on. Okay, so Danny and Gabe, don't go anywhere. Danny, let me hear it one time. I'm gonna bring you guys back on. Let me hear it one time.
Let's go Giants. Out.
I appreciate it. Danny, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Gabe, let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Oh wait, before you bring Mike on. Okay.
Oh no.
Before you bring Mike on, say this. I know, right? I just want to say this, Mike. I'm not going to let Sneaky let you on if you don't do what was asked. I don't care if you feel like you deserve a pass or not. I won't let Sneaky let you on. You have to agree to do it in the comments.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Okay, so I'll bring it up because that's who I am. I'm a dick.
Okay.
So Mike said, do you think Sneaky will give me a pass on saying the outro?
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell no. Hey, Loops. Hey, how you doing, Loops? Wait, hold on. Before you get started, I see that Young K jumped in the comments a while ago. Hold on, I said Sneaky doesn't know if my TV's fine. We consider it. Hold on, I did see one where you did say that your TV is fine. Oh, here we go. So Sneaky, just popping in and let you know my TV's fine. I'm well. I hope all is well. Oh, all is well with me. You know I'm doing good. Loops. How's your TV?
I turned it off. I didn't want to watch it.
Okay, so you just turned it off. You didn't punch the screen or anything, did you? Man. Okay, Loops. I want you to tell us your frustration, okay? And don't feel bad. You're not turning on your team or anything, because I saw so many Dallas Cowboy reaction. Because of course everybody forwards it to me. People again punching their TVs, throwing their Dak jerseys in the fire. Even Parson, I'm like, damn, you throwing away a Micah Parson jersey in the fire? What's up with that? So what's go ahead, Loops. Tell me your thoughts.
It was horrible. Just plain horrible.
Now, when did you know it was a wrap?
About 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Was it the pick?
Everything just fell apart.
When I saw that pick six,
Yeah.
I immediately knew it was over.
Yeah.
I knew right there.
was just like, wow.
I've
I thought
never been so happy in my life.
I was thinking of you. I hated you for that. All I was like, I gotta face this guy now.
Loops, you shouldn't hate me because apparently in TikTok land and social media land, I'm a closet Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh yeah, you
So
are.
you shouldn't hate me, you know. There's someone on TikTok that basically in all my posts he said I'm a Cowboy fan in disguise, and I'm like, come on the show, let's have that conversation. Because I know deep down the Dallas Cowboy fan base, they want me so bad. But I'm sorry, guys, I'm taken. I'm taken. And help me out with this. I don't understand the concept how Dallas Cowboy fans say that I'm a closet fan when I have nothing but hatred. Nothing. There is no loyalty. There's no dedication.
That's a typical Cowboy fan. That's why you fit right. You fit right in.
Oh, right. Oh man. Okay, you got me there, but no.
I want to give a quick shout out to Young K because I saw his TikTok. Bro, I don't think I've ever seen a Cowboy fan go in on not just your team, but your numero uno star number one player the way he did on Michael Parsons today. I was like, damn.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
He went
Hold
in.
on a second. Tanya says, Sneaky walking through Dallas. Like, you mad? Oh, I know. Hey, so I didn't go to work today because, it's like frozen down here. When I go in, I'm like this going in tomorrow at work. I'm just
That's why I wrote
biting at the bit.
That's why I wrote that comment that the Packers scored more points on the Cowboys than the temperature it is outside right now. Bro, it's embarrassing.
Oh man, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I'm
Hey,
sure.
I gotta ask you as a Cowboy fan, and I'm not cracking jokes here. I legitimately want your honest opinion on it. Are you more embarrassed or upset that you lost in the first round to a 7-seed team, or are you more upset about the score and how you lost, or are you more upset about the fact that you are 2-3 in AT&T Stadium against the Green Bay Packers?
Embarrassed, all of them.
All the above.
That's a good answer.
And I had told my dad, because my dad's like, "That's it, we're ready." And I was like, I don't know, bro. Aaron Jones comes into town, and that guy
he turns it up in the playoffs.
And he's from El Paso, which
Jordan
I love the guy, but I was like,
the ball. I swear to God, if you put another number on him and don't know that that's Jordan Love, I dead ass am looking at freaking Aaron Rodgers 2.0.
Dude, he was throwing off his back foot. He was jumping in the air, looking like Rodgers. I was like, wow.
Like Rodgers throwing that ball the other day.
Tanya says I should wear my sign to work. No, it'll be torn up. It'll be torn up.
I hope they jump you tomorrow at work.
They're probably waiting for me. Wait, Young K says Mikey needs to get off the podcast. That's what I'm upset about. Didn't someone say a 7 seed has never beaten a 2nd seed? They did it today. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys made history.
Hey, at least we did something right.
I mean, and the thing that really gets to me, Loops, is I love the fact that even to this day, when I make my posts, because I'm trolling hard. Oh, I'm going in right now, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Is the fact that, and early in the show, people put 40-0. They put 40-0. I don't get that. Like, does that really do you think that's gonna trigger me?
No, because play the week after that.
Exactly. We played the following week. I mean, I understand the distress. I understand the pain and the suffering, and I'm loving every minute of it. But the 40-0 putting on what happened week one, it doesn't mean anything. It just, if you want to have that, and I don't mean you per se, Loops, but if Cowboy fans want to have that moment of pleasure, I guess what the best thing I can say, by typing 40-0, okay, go ahead, have at it. But seeing the look on Cal, did you see the look on that woman's face when homeboy was wide open, caught that wide open pass, scored the touchdown, and you saw her like this?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Hey, but to tell you the truth, I think Tampa Bay would have spanked us too, the way they looked the other day.
yeah.
Plus, we
Yeah, I
played
think so.
on
Now,
the-
and that's a perfect segue. Mike, whoops, hold on, I muted you. I didn't mean to do that. Tommy Harris, I see you.
I'm here, man. Sorry, I was finishing up a
No, it's okay. Tim Harris, don't go anywhere. I got you. Emac, I see you. Bro, go crazy. Don't go anywhere. I got you. Sports Talks. Yep, I got you. I see you all. Oh, and Daryl, I see you too. Now that's a perfect segue about talking about Tampa Loops, because I actually saw that collapse coming. I actually saw that coming.
Look,
You guys, out of your last 6 games, including the playoffs, went 1 for 5. And when I was picking teams, I did not. I had no confidence in Philly whatsoever.
Thanks. You had more confidence in them than you did us?
On who? The Cowboys?
Yeah. Did you have more confidence in Dallas than you did Philly?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll say yes.
I did.
But I thought that it would be a little bit more competitive than what it was.
I agree.
But to be fair with you guys, after the 49ers popped y'all in the mouth, there was that demise. And then when you guys lost to Arizona, of course you beat us the first time around, in Philly. But when you lost to Arizona,
Just the Niners put the. I said this last night, and the Niners put and I mean I believe it's true. The Niners put the nail in our coffin. The Niners put the nail in the coffin for us.
Everything started to collapse.
Yeah, like the way we played against Buffalo, I was actually there for some of that game. I ended up leaving because of the horrible weather. But they didn't even deserve to win that game. They didn't deserve to win the Buffalo game. I don't know how the hell they did it, but they did. And then after that, they played like complete dog crap against the Niners.
Yep.
And the Niners,
it wasn't just against the Niners, though.
huh?
It wasn't just against
No,
the
but
Niners.
I'm saying they couldn't build any more momentum, or they couldn't have any more heart after that Niners loss. The Niners put the nail in our coffin, Sneaky G, man. And I know Luke
You lost to the Niners. You lost against the Cowboys.
Sneaky.
Seattle. Seattle was like in the last minutes. And then, of course, you beat us.
Do I live under a rock?
And then, although the loss against us, I mean, we could have we could talk about penalties or whatever.
Can we?
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Then, like I said, Arizona, and then we beat y'all handily. And then Tampa Bay.
Last time I checked, I don't live under a rock, Sneaky G, man.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm just letting people know. I'm letting the gathering know. Maybe they don't know.
They know.
Got in 1-5. Who did they beat?
Beginning of the season, talking about how the Eagles were going to win it this year.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, Mike. Didn't you say something about What did he say? 15-2?
I did.
Yeah, didn't he say something about 15-2?
Something of that.
You said you
15-2.
said you guys were going 17-0.
Exactly.
I say
exactly.
that every year. I say that every year.
I'm
Yeah.
just-
But I'm not. I don't
Fans
confidently say that. I just can't see us. I'm not going to sit here and say we're losing a game.
Fans should never say that about their team. I'll tell you that right now.
What?
The
Things
fact that they're going
people
17.
say about their team is
Unless we see somebody, I don't know.
Hold on, Mike. What'd you say? What'd you say, Ant?
no. I'm just saying, people should not say before the season starts, "We're winning it all this year." I mean, no offense, Luke, Cowboys fans.
I've never said that.
No. I know.
Yeah.
Somebody do what the 72 Miami Dolphins did in this decade, in this generation. Don't say that shit.
Oh, I'd say it because I'm not going to pick and choose what games we're going to win and lose.
Well, you know-
I'll say that. But
well,
at
you
the
know
same
what I-
time, I'm not going to sit here and, I mean,
But
everybody knows I say 17-0.
Hey,
Everybody.
stop.
But every time you play us in the first game, you should say 0-1 because we know we're gonna slap that ass.
That's going to change 1 year. Watch. That's going to change 1 year.
I'm tired of playing y'all late in the season like we have been.
I'm patting myself on the back here because although I wasn't exactly right, I believe I was one of probably a few of the, no offense, Sneaky, honest Giants fans when I said I don't think we're even making the playoffs this year.
Hey, and I don't even know if I don't know if I text you this or anything, but as a Penn State fan, man, I want to say congratulations to you. You got a championship in football, and you ain't going to be getting another one from the pro team for a long time. So
From last Monday to this Monday, I had a week, brother. I had a week.
Hey, Ant, I was gonna ask you, how do you feel since you guys beat Philly? Remember you were talking about you wanted to lose so you can have a better.
Oops,
Well, turns out I really didn't do so. At the time I had said that, there was a chance that we could have dropped back quite a few spots, but considering the way everything went, we only dropped back a spot. So
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and I even put it on Facebook. I said, as much as I wanted to lose, beating Philly has a
and all your Facebook posts I was seeing today.
So Loops,
Anyway,
I'll tell you what, I do got to move on because I need to bring some more people on to the backstage. I appreciate you coming on, man, and getting,
getting harassed by you guys,
getting harassed, getting touched in your no spot.
easy.
Hey,
it's grown man people talking here,
You think it's possible we could trade Jerry Jones?
You asking me that?
Everybody.
Man, listen, you don't want to know my opinion on Jerry Jones. I don't know if Sneaky wants to know what I have to say about Jerry Jones on his show. I don't want to get him shut down.
Jerry Jones is the greatest
shut down.
owner of all time.
Do you want me to know what? You want me to tell you what I think about Jerry Jones?
Make it quick, Mike.
Sneaky, is it okay as long as I get permission from you to say this?
What, are you gonna cuss?
I'm not gonna curse, but it's pretty harsh.
Good.
Well, I mean, you're a Philly fan talking about Jerry Jones. It's not gonna be anything different. What?
Nobody can film this. Nobody can put this on any social media. It's already been said. I mean, I already put it out there. I already said it.
Hey,
Either say it or don't say it at all.
I want the man dead.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Luke said the same thing.
He was right.
He said the same thing.
What, Luke?
I-
You want him dead?
Um,
I'm sorry.
Luke,
I don't wish death on anybody, but I'm tired.
Mike. Shh. Loops, I appreciate you, man. Let me hear it one time, brother.
Let's go Giants.
Oh, hey, I hope to see you Thursday. I'll be here Thursday. Later, brother.
Can we talk about the field? Because you ruined my wide receiver.
Oh, stop it. Okay, look, I'll give you a couple seconds. Let's talk about Jason Kelce. Go ahead and show him some love.
Here you go, bud.
Do you respect him, Sneaky? First of all, do you respect my
I got your text. And I was going to respond. Look, let me tell you about me real quick. I hate the team. Okay. I don't hate any players. Do I respect Jason Kelce?
100%.
Yes, of course I do. Of course I do. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot, great guy. And more importantly to me, to me, man to man, he's a freaking awesome dad.
Yes.
To me, that I think that's more better than any other compliment I give any other man. And I want to say this about Kelsey. Look, he got his ring. He got money in the bank. I know he probably wanted to get a couple more, right? Everybody wants to be like Tom Brady, but at least he got his ring, and he got to wear that god awful outfit, during the parade. And good for him. Congratulations to him. And hell, he was also called the sexiest man alive. So good for him.
I put all those big guys on the map. Thanks, Jason.
Exactly. All the dead dogs.
Go visit him.
Huh?
I said Ant should go visit him. He's probably not that far from him.
Probably not.
He just bought town in Haverford. He bought like I think 1.1 mil. Town. He's building like a farm, I think. But yeah, the girls, Kylie and him, like they probably talked about it all off season, and she was like, "Jason, I don't care what happens. You're done after this year." And yeah, I mean the girls, they're great. She's about to have a new aunt soon, Aunt Tay, which is pretty cool.
Mike, are you going to talk about Jason or everybody else but Jason?
Jason, listen, man.
Okay, go ahead.
13 years. That's insane. I've been a football fan for probably since I was 11, 12 years old, and this dude was the face of the franchise, the face of the organization. So many quarterbacks that he got to snap the ball to. I don't want to sit here and name them all, but he's like,
please don't.
If you say that the center position doesn't matter in football, you sound delusional. I was told Jason, the Falcons fan, said it earlier to me. He said the center is like the second quarterback, and I kind of agree. You're the head of the offensive line. You're right in the middle of the line, and you're controlling the line. And he never missed a single game in his career. I mean, if you watch the documentary, you know how hard it is for him to even get out of bed in the morning.
Right.
And he said he played through an ACL, an elbow, a leg, every bone in the body probably hurts that man. He's probably broken every bone in his body. And yet he hasn't missed a single game in his NFL career. Name me another player who has never missed a single game in their NFL career.
Eli Manning. But go ahead.
Whatever.
All right, Mike. All right. In closing.
I'm in 2029. I'm going to be 27 years old, and I'm going to take. If I have a child at that time, I'm taking. If hopefully a son, I'm taking him to Canton, and we're watching this man get inducted in the Hall of Fame.
There we go. That's a perfect way to end it. All right. Let me hear one time, Mike.
Let's go, Cassie. Ow. Sneaky, bro. It's hard to say, right? Hey, man. Appreciate you guys. Even though you guys pick on me all the time and everything. Like I said, go Birds. Thank you, Cassie. And that's good chance.
Okay, I need you to say the last part a little slower.
A little louder.
And a little louder because you're trying to be slick. And that's
okay. Thank you, Jason Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good chance.
You don't like that one either, Ant? No. Just say the last part, and Mike. Just say the last part.
The same energy as you say when you say Jason Kelsey and go Birds. Same energy. Let's hear it, Mike. Come on.
Let's go Giants. So
there we go.
Appreciate it. There you go, Mike. I put it all in one word. I'll see you Thursday, Mike. Okay, I got to bring some people on that have yet to ever be on the show. Tim,
what's up, Sneaky?
And bro, are you there?
I'm here.
Go. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm great. How you doing, Sneaky?
Doing real good. Real good. So I'm assuming I'm amongst Giant fans, right?
Hell yeah.
Outstanding. And I got Young K in the backstage. I see you, Young K. Daryl, I did not forget about you.
Giants fan.
EMAC, I see you too. Sports Talk, don't go anywhere. Okay. So real quick, let's kind of rehash what we talked about earlier today. What is your thoughts on, I guess, the cheddar? I said cheddar. I'm gonna stick with that term. The cheddar of Dable and Wink and that whole situation. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that Wink needs to realize the NFL is a business and he needs to grow up, basically.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like if you look back, like he was a good coordinator when he was in Baltimore, and they parted ways basically the same way. Him and Harbaugh didn't get along at all for like the same
Yeah.
reason. So I think Wink's a little bit of a diva. I don't think it's Dable. I think just Wink's a little bit of a, guys
So
feeling.
ironically, I somewhat read the same thing that Wink and Harbaugh didn't get along for whatever reason. I don't know. And that, things kind of, I guess, follow. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good that Now, do you think Kafka's going to stay or Kafka?
Yeah, I
I
hope so.
I think he'll stay, but I did see who did he interview with? Did he interview with the Titans? I think
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Titans,
he interviewed with
Yeah.
the Titans.
the Seahawks.
If he
as well.
left, I wouldn't. Yeah, if he left, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I think the
I don't-
offense stepped it up at the end of the year, definitely.
My only issue with that is, and again, assuming we're getting a quarterback in the draft this year, which I do believe is going to happen, if Kafka does go, we're really, really killing freaking Daniel Jones because now, again, it's another system, and we know how he is when he goes into new systems.
I
Well,
feel
no,
like
it's going to be the same system, but just different coaching style, if you will.
Yeah, I think Dable could take over, maybe call more plays because I know in some games, like if the offense was struggling, I know Dable would take over and the offense would start, connecting a little bit more. Because Kafka, sometimes the play calling was a little questionable. Some games a little questionable, in my
And
opinion.
I think go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
all right. I feel like Kafka, he doesn't really have the opportunities that people make it out to be. Like his overall game plan is more conservative and around Saquon, but I feel like if we I don't want to take a quarterback this draft. I'm a strong believer in Daniel Jones, but if we take receiver like Malik Neighbors, or if something happens, Marvin Harrison falls, then I feel like Kafka will really blossom with a number one target like that.
And also, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to kind of piggyback what Tim said. Let's say Kafka did leave, right? And I don't know about you guys, but there was some plays I was kind of scratching my head this season. Kind of like what the hell was that type deal. And I think let's say Kafka does leave, I think we'll be all right not having I mean, we might have someone as an offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
but I do believe Dable will take over the play calling. I think he will
Wink's a
insert
way bigger
himself
loss.
in the offense more so than anything else. I'm sorry, what was that, Tim?
I said I think Wink is a way bigger loss. If we lost both, I think Wink. We already lost Wink, but I think he's like a way bigger loss than if we lost Kafka.
I agree with that.
I feel like Wink is replaceable. Like
I agree.
his defense was solid, but at the most important times it folded, and I don't feel like we could win like a Super Bowl with that happening every game. Like against the Jets, offense didn't do great, but they had a chance to seal the game, and they let up 60 yards in 3 plays.
And that was my argument. That was my argument with Gabe earlier about, how Dable, accused. Okay, well, I hate to say it, allegedly accused Dable, not Dable. Dable accused Wink of saying, "Hey, you're going to lose this game for us again, like you did the Jets game." I mean, it's very possible. Now, I want to pull up something real quick. So our defense point wise was ranked 26th. Okay. And yards, this is our defense now. We were ranked 27th overall. Okay. Now, takeaways, it looked like we ranked number 1, but that was in the last so many months, games of the season. If Tim, I want to believe you when you say that our defense is going to suffer, but by just these numbers alone, we got some areas that we can improve on.
Yeah, well, I think Wink's defense was very hit or miss. Like There was no in between. They were either going to give up 30 plus or 3, and there was no in between because he blitzes a lot.
It's kind of like the Golden State Warriors. You live by the 3 or you die by the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Deal. Yeah.
And if an offense schemes correctly against it, like the Cowboys did, which sucks, but they did it perfectly this year when we played them. They knew exactly how to attack his defense. Try and think who else. Kind of like the Saints and the Raiders, 2 like whatever teams, and they both kind of diced up the defense. So the defense is hit or miss. Really,
he's too predictable. And I feel like if we could get like a guy with not a that's not a word, less aggressive attack on defense, like someone like Antonio Pierce that still blitzes heavy but won't send 8 on 3rd and 20. I feel like that could.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I really love Spags. I wish there was a way we could bring him back some way. He's not leaving Kansas City. There's like no way. But Tanya has a good question. I want to throw this out to the 4 of us here. Sneaky, how does everyone feel about the new signing? Joe Thomas, Aaron Wellman, and Carmen Barcilio. I always mess that up. So, of course, he's the offensive line coach, which I believe is a good hire. And then we hired a running back coach and also, what was it? Player
development.
Operations or something.
Operation.
I kind of like, I like those hires. I like those.
Yeah,
I do too.
I don't know too much about the new running back coach, but the offensive line coach I did see, and I think you might have posted on it where he approached Lex and was like giving him his flowers on the field after a game. I think that's very commendable about a coach, and I can only imagine that he's excited coming over here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he made a lack of talent on the Raiders look like a very good O-line unit, and I feel like the Giants, like this could be a little bit not a hot take, but they somewhat have talent on the O-line. Like Evan Neal wasn't picked number 7 for no reason. Like he was a dog at Alabama. I feel like he could help. Like obviously Bobby Johnson couldn't develop him. The only tackle they really developed was Andrew Thomas. Right. I feel like even like if he doesn't work out, Neal at tackle, I feel like Neal could be an excellent guard because he is good in the run. If you watch him, he does run block pretty well. It's just he's so slow. I don't know. I think,
and that's why I think he'll be a good as a guard too. But I've only played. I played quarterback and I played fullback when I was in high school and middle school. Okay,
slinging that right.
So to say, and I took a couple snaps at offensive guard in 7th grade. So I don't know the difference of playing guard and tackle. I'm assuming it's so dynamic, different technique.
I played both my senior year, which was this past season, but
me too.
Guard is the much more easier position because you have help on either side of you. But tackle, you're on an island and you have to deal with the stronger edge rushers, while you just got to work with mostly mass and at guard and center.
So then that being said, is it different money? Like, does a guard get paid different than a tackle does in the NFL?
A tackle would get paid second most on the offense behind the quarterback because that's the left tackle is the blind side. Right tackle is if there's a rollout, you got to be able to get that edge. If there's a 2 people rushing off the edge, you got to know most dangerous guy to pick up. So I feel like tackle is much more harder and it gets paid way more.
What so you play high school ball, I'm assuming?
Yeah. I used to come on here a lot. I used to go by the name Night Sports, something like that, a while ago.
Okay.
That was like a year or 2 ago. I haven't been on here forever.
Your hair wasn't that long either.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
And your voice is a lot deeper now.
Yeah. But
I haven't been on in a while. I came on, I remember it 2 years ago. It was Giants Seahawks, and it was when Colt McCoy was the quarterback.
Oh my God.
Okay,
that was the last time I was on here. I kept telling you how I had a feeling they were going to upset him, and there you go. They upset him.
Going back to the quarterback Daniel Jones thing, Since you brought up, here's why I do believe the Giants are going to draft a quarterback. Daniel Jones is going into his 6th year, right? It was a six. As he has proven that he is injury prone, and they're legitimate injuries. He's had 2 neck problems. He's got the MCL or the ACL right now?
ACL.
Yeah, ACL, especially for a quarterback to come back from that is really difficult. Not saying he can't, but it's really difficult. And then the other thing is again, because he's getting so much later in his career with these injuries, with these, pretty harsh injuries for a quarterback, even if they don't play this rookie quarterback, it's definitely what you want to grab right now because we don't know what next year's, quarterbacks are going to look like yet. At least with this year, somebody may be available and we may be able to grab one of these guys and, have them sit behind Jones this year, or God forbid he gets hurt again, give the new young quarterback some playing time. I think right now is the right time and should be the right mind frame to go out and grab a quarterback if available or if they plan on moving up.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And I feel like, but if Daniels, May, and Williams are off the board, I don't feel like trading up would be something smart. We either stick and pick at 6. I don't want to reach for like Michael Penix or Bo Nix or any of them. I don't feel like they're going to pan out as much as people say they are.
We'll wait for the third round and grab my boy JJ. Because we going after Blake Quorum in the 2nd or 3rd too.
Hopefully, if Saquon doesn't, I hope Saquon comes back. But
here's my thing on it. I think Tyrod Taylor and DeVito both proved that it's really 99% system, and I feel like because they both had their moments, and I feel like someone like Williams, May, or Daniels could like excel the system and like more big plays could develop. Especially Daniels, because I think May and Williams will be off the board. I feel like if the Giants did, I feel like he could sit behind Danny, and if he's struggling, you put Daniels in. I think he could really elevate the offense.
My feeling is this: if the Giants are trading up, I don't think they're going to go for anything less than the first pick because they have.
Yeah.
First of all, they do have a relationship with the Chicago's organization. Secondly, obviously, Chicago, if they plan on holding on to Justin Fields, really isn't going to be looking for a quarterback. So they're going to be looking for a future draft capital.
Yeah.
I can't see the Giants going for like number 2 or number 3 because those teams, I think, are 2 of the teams that could possibly be looking for a new quarterback. So the Giants literally, if quarterback is the way they want to go, pretty much have to jump up into number 1. The only other way it folding differently is if one of those first 3 or 4 teams decides they're going to do something else.
But they're going to have to give up.
Is someone tapping their mic or something?
I mean, I don't.
It might be my fan. It might be my fan. Hold on, let me turn that off.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I was just curious.
But everyone's speaking about Jaden Daniels. He went to my high school, which is pretty cool, I think. But
oh, no way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, out here, Southern California. But I just want to. I think Jaden Daniels would be the best fit for our offense if we do take quarterback. I don't think May's played anyone enough to have that NFL level, entry level experience. And I think Daniels has been hit enough to know what to expect coming to the Giants.
Yeah, Daniels really gives me Lamar Jackson vibes. Like when I see him play, he really does play like Lamar. He's like Lamar Jackson. They were coming out. I just think he's a better thrower coming out. I think Daniels is kind of a boom or bust guy, but I think there's a better chance he's a boom. I really like Daniels.
Definitely.
I don't know. Something scares me about Caleb Williams, and I think the issue with him is his ego. I see a lot of
terrible ego.
What's his name? Cam Newton in him, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
Did you see he wants partial ownership of whatever team drafts him?
That right there is number 1 reason why he won't get drafted by the team.
It's insane.
I forgot how many draft picks we got this year. Was it?
I think we have 9. No,
I was gonna say it was 9.
We have 2 seconds.
I know we have Seattle's 2nd.
Right.
Yeah. I think we have 2 6, maybe 3 7s. I have no idea. Something like that.
Yes,
I
stuff like
had it
that.
here.
But we're also going to get about
Oh, here we
8
go.
compensatory, whatever that word is, picks from staff hirings and all that.
Sneaky, are you saying what we would trade if we were to trade for one? Like,
Well,
the picks we would need?
Shane likes to move around in the draft.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't see us getting a quarterback first round, but I could see us jumping up in the second round, getting a quarterback. Second,
I could see that.
maybe third. No later than the third. But going at number 6, I don't. I'm gonna. If I had to bet the house, I wouldn't. Because apparently right now I suck at bets. But although I did win a bet on my Wolverines when we won the national championship. I did, and I need to get my hat anyway. But I just don't see us getting a quarterback in the first round. But I can definitely see Shane jumping up in like the beginning of the second round to get the I don't want to say the franchise quarterback, but getting a second round quarterback.
I feel like instead of trading up, the right move would just be trade down a couple of spots. Your receivers will still be on the board. Roma Dunze, maybe Malik Neighbors. But if you trade down and you possibly get a first round pick from next year, that's like best case scenario, I think.
I like the Tony trade.
Like even a couple of spots with like if the Seahawks think Geno Smith's getting too old, or if someone with the Broncos, if they want to trade up a couple of spots, I'd say pull the trigger on that immediately.
I agree.
Well, I hate to say this, I do got to move on. Before I do, I want to ask both of you, one at a time. Don't answer all at once, okay? And bro, we'll start with you first. What was the most impressive loss? The Dallas Cowboy or the Eagles lost?
My heart wants to go Eagles because that game shattered me, but I got to go Cowboys. That was terrible. That was the first time I've ever turned off a Giants game.
Well, no. I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Eagles.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Oh.
I wanted to turn my TV off, but I was at a bar at the 40-0, and I was actually there in Dallas when we got
oh my god
shellacked.
Oh,
But I'm talking in the playoffs. What was the most impressive win? The Dallas, the Green Bay Packers, or the Bucks?
I'm gonna go Tampa because I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, and just it was great just seeing the Eagles get demolished. I hate the Eagles.
Finally seeing the ending of the collapse. Right?
Yes.
That was a huge collapse. What about you, Tim? What are your thoughts?
I think the Packers one was way more impressive, considering really no one thought the Packers would win. But I had a gut feeling. I mean, I bet on the Packers, won some money with that. But yeah, I think it was way more impressive considering they were the 7th seed, and it's not like the Cowboys were on a down trajectory. Like the Eagles lost one out of 5 games, something like that. Like they only won one. I feel like that was way more impressive, and considering it was 27-0 at halftime, and the Darnell Savage pick 6 might have been the greatest thing I watched all season. Both of them, Both of them losing made up for the Giants having a disappointing season. Both of them
I jumped out of my seat and I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Oh,
Sneaky,
and I'm like,
as soon as you went live on TikTok, on TikTok after the loss. Oh my God. I mean, the amount of laughing you're doing and the Cowboy fans in the comments was the funniest thing I've ever watched. It was great.
And I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the show. Bro, let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow.
Tim, do the damn thing. What you got?
Let's go Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, fam. Be good.
Hey, Sneaky, I want to answer that last question you just asked those guys.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Ant.
Because this is a little bit of a shocker. I actually am more impressed with the Cowboys, the Packers game. And the main part of me saying that is, man, I'm getting emotional. The Packers were my mom's team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It meant something to me. So, I mean, of course, I enjoy any Eagles loss. My 2 favorite teams in the NFL are the Giants and whoever's playing Philly. So
I'm gonna tell you, for me, obviously, it's the Dallas Cowboy game. I knew Philly was not going to beat Tampa. I knew. And here you're getting some love from Tanya. She says, "Oh, and glad they won for you."
appreciate
Tanya, they won for me too. That was my great granddad's. No, I'm kidding. I'm lying. I'm gonna stop lying to you. I never lied to you then. I'm not gonna lie to you now. Oh, here we go. So let me bring on Fuego and hold on a sec. Who is this? Who was waiting for a while? I got to bring in sports talk before I do anything else. Oh, nice belt.
Oh man, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I know you got an announcement to make. But before we do that, why don't you tell me, how about them Cowboys?
I'll tell you one thing. They're consistent as hell in the playoffs, boy.
They are consistent.
Consistent. Whack Presnott. I've been saying for years. I got the receipts.
You say Presnott.
Whack Presnott is not the boy to run the team.
So I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Loops. Okay. I don't know if you were watching earlier. Now, at what point did you realize it was a wrap?
When they drove down the field and scored in our very first drive, bro.
You knew right then and there?
Yeah, but here's why. The Cowboys do not play well when playing from behind. That's exactly why Matt LaFleur decided to take the opening kickoff and receive it instead of giving it away, because they know when the Cowboys play from behind, especially in high pressure situations, i.e. the playoffs, they struggle. They change their entire game plan when playing from behind. They play scared. And that's exactly what happened.
You know, I actually thought it was a weird strategy to receive the ball when they won the kickoff.
I knew they were.
And I said to myself, I'm like, there's a reason why he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. And we're about to find out. And I hope that reason is why they're kicking it off.
They knew. I'm telling you, Matt LaFleur knew exactly what Matt LaFleur knew, that if the Cowboys got the ball first, chances were they were going to put at least 3 points on the board and get some comfortability and then maybe get a groove. If he took a chance by receiving, and it paid off perfectly for him.
So, yeah, I'm like, what do you want to happen now? What do you want to happen with the Cowboys now?
Same thing I've been wanting forever. Get rid of Dak Prescott for one. Like everyone else thinks, I think Mike McCarthy's got to go. His time management skills are absolutely atrocious. And it's hard to say, man, but I think the way Dan Quinn coached like he did in that Falcons Super Bowl, man, you might as well have given the game away. I don't know, man. There got to be some changes. Number one, quarterback's got to go. Mike McCarthy's got to go. From there, I really can't speculate. It's tough to say.
Okay, we got that out the way. You have an important announcement to make. What you got? Wait, and before I say anything, those that don't know, Fuego James, he is the man, the myth, the legend. He's the guy that has the song for this podcast. So what's your announcement?
Oh, first I gotta say what up, Ant, because I ain't seen Ant in a hot ass minute. What's up, bro?
How you been?
Doing good, bro. Just chilling. But you know,
how's the little guy coming?
Big as shit. I'm gonna teach him how to shave by his 3rd birthday, bro. I mean, he's tall as hell.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, you're getting love right here. Look at that. His music is awesome. That you damn right. I appreciate that,
Thank
McNugget.
you. So speaking of the music, new album coming out not this Friday, but the Friday after. I got an EP dropping. It's called Break Sober. I have not dropped a collective project. Uh, since 2022, I think. So this will be something new for everybody to check out. I'm also performing for the Colorado Spartans arena football pro team here.
You got the gig? I remember you were telling me about that. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Congratulations.
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
Appreciate it. So it didn't work out the way I initially thought. So did the tournament thing. I performed for the GM of the team, and I actually didn't even qualify in the tournament. Popularity contest, politics, call it what you will. But
Right.
the GM reached out to me as soon as my set was done and said, "Hey, that song is fire. I need that song." He goes, "You won't be performing at the season opener, but you will be performing for us this season at halftime."
That's cool.
So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
7,000 plus in the stands, bro.
There you go.
So
Hell yeah.
appreciate all the love you guys give me all the time, and I can't.
May I ask what song it was?
Touchdown.
Okay, all right. I thought so. I didn't want to say anything.
Touchdown.
Okay, I saw that.
Awesome.
That song is fire. I'm gonna tell you right now, that song is fire.
I figured you might have asked to make it the new intro or something, bro. But that's
Well, I was, and we'll talk about that later. I was gonna use that on another project, but that kind of fell through.
heard that.
But yeah, if you guys listen, you could go to Fuego James. He's on Apple Music, Spotify. Where else can they find you? Like
Everywhere. I am
Okay.
everywhere. If you got a music platform you listen to, I'm on it.
And please go on there and show him some love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please go on there and show him some love. I mean, his music is. I mean, he's an up and comer. I mean, that's just a given.
Thank you, sir.
That's just a given.
Old school vibe with a new school flair.
Hey, and I'm telling you,
I dig that. I dig that.
You need to listen to No More Mr. Nice Guy. When I hear that, that reminds me of you a little bit, Ant. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Sports talk. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just want to hear his announcement. Congrats, man. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Appreciate you, bro.
I feel like it's better than the popularity contest. You know what I mean? It's better to hear from the actual GM than winning the actual contest or tournament, whatever it was. The actual GM hitting you up, telling you that he loved that song. I thought that's even better than the contest or whatever it was.
Agreed. Thank you. I agree with you 100% because I didn't walk up to him as soon as I was done. He approached me, said, "Hey, man," he's like, that right there is what I need.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
I'm trying to make it the intro, like they're coming onto the field, their walk-in intro.
Right. Yeah.
So fingers crossed. That would be when the Colorado Spartans come out every game. They're going to run out to that song.
That's nice.
Now, is that the arena team or the indoor football league?
Arena.
Okay. Because we got the Frisco Fighters here in Dallas, Texas, and that's the indoor football. It's the IFL.
Right.
So I was, I could have looked it up and see because that team name didn't sound familiar. For one of the new teams that joined the IFL. So I was just curious if it was.
Yeah, GM's name is Thomas Reed III. Not the same one that I thought when you and I were talking.
Okay.
That guy is a different Thomas Reed. Didn't have a long career in the NFL, but he was there. He definitely told everybody several times that he was in the NFL. So
slight flex.
Yeah, right. Be like, "Hey, thanks for coming in, guys. My name's Thomas Reed. I was in the NFL," and would do that shit every time he hit the stage. I was like, "Cool, tight, bro."
Sports talk. Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It's been a cool minute, Sneaky.
Last time we talked, the Rams just won the Super Bowl, and
actually, last time we talked, it was this offseason. Actually,
was it really?
I came here once this offseason.
Okay. Well, I know the
Once.
last time I remember was the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's the last time I remember. You know what? The Rams and the Lions, that was a hell of a game.
It
Okay.
was hell of a game. It
Came
was.
down to the last minute. And to be fair, the fact that y'all made the playoffs, period.
The fact that we won more than 6 games.
Yes.
Everyone had us winning lower. Everyone had us winning 5 games. I want to throw that out there. 5 games. And to go out there to win, go 10-7, make the playoffs. It's crazy.
And I'm going to tell you a funny story. I can't remember. It was before the fantasy football draft. Okay. Somebody in my office said that I need to get this rookie that's going to be on the Rams.
Damn.
From BYU.
Puka Nakua.
And he was like, I cannot pronounce his name. Nukamuka Kuka something. And I'm like, what? So he had to write that name down, and I got him in all my drafts. I mean, I play in 4 fantasy leagues, and he is in all of them. And boy, was he a sleeper. The fact that Cooper Kupp was injured for the first couple games, oh man! And that dude was balling even in the playoff game.
He was 50-yard touchdown. I'm pretty sure he had like about 80 yards that game. Maybe no, he went over 100 because he broke the record.
181 yards.
181, yeah.
That's crazy.
You got an up and comer, easy.
We have at least 3 up and comers.
Oh wait, look, you got Tanya. Bless you. You might want to go to a doctor, get that checked out. I'm just saying.
That's awesome.
But so I hate to say this, guys. I do have to move on though. Sports talk. Give me your final thoughts, man. What do you got?
I mean, just overall going 10-7, making the playoffs. You know, I'm happy for Goff that he's moving on with those Detroit Lions. But next season, the Rams are going far in the playoffs. You know, we have 3 guys this season that went off. 2 on offense, 1 on defense. Kobe Turner, not talked about enough. Defensive lineman. He should be a candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Carter, yeah, he wasn't even a starter. Let's be honest here. He wasn't a starter. He didn't do anything spectacular this year. He'll probably still win it. Kobe Turner tied the record for rookie sacks, as a rookie, tying Aaron Donald. He led the league in sacks for a rookie. And we also had another rookie right behind him. Byron Young had 8. Kobe had 9. And also, if Puka Nakua doesn't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, I might go crazy.
It's going to be a tough competition with him and Stroud. That's going to be a
But I think
huge
breaking those 2 records, Week 17, should steal it for him. Honestly,
I think the difference in that race right there
is the extra game.
It's going to be the fact that the Rams have a lot of talent on that team. Nobody
young talent too.
No Texans were doing anything this year.
Yeah, true. But a 5th rounder doing this is
right.
When's the last time a 5th round rookie receiver went off like this?
The sad fact is, wide receivers don't get a lot of love when it comes over quarterbacks.
That's very true. That's very true.
When it comes to quarterbacks versus wide receivers, the quarterback's going to win 9 times out of 10.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. And Sneaky, I want to ask you and Ant, what do you guys think you guys are going to do with your guys' first pick?
I think.
Well, we talked about it earlier.
Now
I was gone, honestly. I was out of my seat.
No worries.
I think the Giants are going to trade up. I really do.
Trade up for who?
For probably Jaden Daniels.
Jaden? I mean, that's our hometown hero right now. So
yeah,
over here.
And for me, I'll see what I said earlier. I just can't see us going quarterback first round with the 6th pick. Like I said, I can see Shane trading up in the 2nd round, maybe 3rd, but I just don't. I don't see it. I mean, of course, I could be wrong. I could be right. We'll find out in April.
Is Williams landing in Chicago?
Say again?
Is Caleb Williams landing in Chicago?
I think so.
Chicago's going with.
I think they're going to stick with Fields.
I think so too.
I think they
Yeah.
go Caleb. I think they go Caleb personally.
Because you saw that Caleb Williams said he didn't even want to
I'm
declare
with
for
you
the
on that,
draft until the
Tanya.
Bears traded it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they go with Williams. Honestly, I think it's time to
they
get done
trade-
with the Fields experiment. I think Fields can be traded to a team that they could use. Well, that the Bears can use in receiving, like receivers wise. I think there's a team out there, aka the Commanders, that will take him off their hands for Terry McLaurin. Honestly,
I would hope. I'm going to.
Washington getting rid of McLaurin. I think McLaurin's the face of that team right now. I don't see that happening. But at the same time, I didn't think they were going to get rid of Chase Young either.
true. And also,
Well, yeah.
I honestly think McLaurin goes out and asks for a trade.
That's possible.
If I'm McLaurin, I'm going I'm asking for a trade at this point.
Yeah, I could see that.
Why do you hand the Niners Chase Young like that, bro?
Man,
Like, why did they do
I know.
that?
Yeah.
To our division
Yeah.
too. That pissed me off so
It
much.
was two. It was Chase Young and
Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
I went to the Bears.
Sweat went to the Bears, but I'm saying,
Oh, that's
like,
right. Yeah.
they're in your, like, they're not in your division, but they're in your conference. So the chance that you playing
Right.
playoffs, they're already good, and you pretty much just gave them a silver spoon-fed pick and Chase Young.
Well, I think to be fair, they're under a whole new ownership, and they're just dumping shit. I mean, they're just dumping.
starting from brand new. They want
Yeah,
everything brand new
because Rivera's gone. They got a whole new GM. I
Right,
mean,
but you got this young kid that's breaking the offensive line every snap, and
well, young kid with also an ACL injury.
And now he's gonna go ball out even more on that Niners D line with Bosa on the other side.
His injury that kept him sidelined in Washington.
Yeah.
Now he's playing healthier than ever.
Same thing as Jonathan Taylor injury.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Tanya just said the sneaky. Did you see that? Tibbs said if they kept Wink, he was out and did not want to stay with the Giants.
You know what? Supposedly,
I did.
And he said the same thing.
Yeah, I heard about McKinney. I didn't know about Tibbs.
That's like Crosby on the Raiders. They don't sign Antonio.
He said
he would say he
wants
wants
to
out.
trade.
They don't sign him. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you not sign AP, bro? How do you not have that?
If I'm them, it's pretty obvious that you do.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it would have happened sooner. But I think right now they're doing the money negotiations in how many years. So
that's what I was thinking too. That makes sense.
Probably.
I think he's going to be the head coach. It's just a matter of them getting the contract done.
He fits well with the fan base. He fits well with the city. He fits well. It's all the dots are connected.
Sports talk. I hate to end this, but I do got to move on. Let me hear one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Out.
I appreciate it. Hey, I hope to see you soon, brother. Fuego, give me your final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts. Belichick's the new head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and Trey Lance finally gets a shot at playing in the NFL.
You're the third Cowboy fan that said that.
I'm not saying he's the answer, but I'm saying he's getting a shot.
Can't be any worse.
Can't be any worse.
Right. All I know is I'm going to watch my season, be hopeful, but not really give a shit until playoffs start.
Well, congratulations on your new album release, and congratulations on your latest success, man. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, Bubba.
And like always, I can't wait to see you on the BET Awards. Let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, brother. Okay. So hold on. Okay, here we go. We got Young K, Daryl.
Make a quick announcement.
Go ahead, what's up?
Knows that Jim Harbaugh's been talking to I also want to let people know that what I've said all along is coming to fruition, and the Michigan Wolverines are with Harbaugh on a 5-year contract, and I believe the only thing not holding him back from signing it, but he wants as a stipulation as even with these investigations going on, he doesn't want to be fired because of the investigations.
Oh, they'll give him that. They'll give him that. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Well, that sucks. I got to take a leak too. Young K, what's up?
You can take one when I get back. Shit.
That's good.
There's an extra 5 seconds I could have used. Thanks. How you been, bro?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What happened to you boys, Young K?
Uh-oh.
Same thing every year.
Just
Same
gotta be
thing
patient.
every year.
Damn, man.
Hey, the one thing I don't want to happen though is start Trey Lance, because if you can't succeed in Kyle Shanahan's system, bro, I do not want you.
Yeah.
I do not want you, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys, depending on what happens with Dak. I mean, Dak's still got a few years left on his contract, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but back a couple years ago, 2018-19, Chris Carter said, Dak ain't gonna win no Super Bowl, and I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah, probably not with the Cowboys.
Was the year. I thought this year was the year. Even with the Niners being, I mean, let's call it what it is, the favorite. I still think if at the very least the Cowboys, that NFC Championship game would have been exciting as hell and come down to the wire. But I do think of all of Dak's years, this was probably the one where I would have given him the most confidence to at least make the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, he's coming off his second team All-Pro. It's like he's a warrior in the regular season, but what happens in the playoffs? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see that all the time, unfortunately.
Steven, they said, just wait, just be patient. Just be patient.
They're
gonna let you all the way up to the mountain.
Good.
They're gonna let you get all the way up to the mountaintop, and then they're gonna let you down. And they always do.
McCarthy most definitely.
I didn't see no kind of effort the other night. I didn't see no kind of effort.
Yeah, I didn't either. It looked like they weren't prepared, and that goes on that falls on coaching.
Yeah,
you know
that's exactly right.
I think, my honest opinion, I think McCarthy's going to be back next year, and I think my personal opinion again is I think Belichick's going to coach the Falcons.
That's a bad move. I wouldn't go somewhere where you don't have a quarterback, and that's what he desperately needs. Listen, if Jerry Jones got enough balls, he would take Bill Belichick.
Well, see, here's the thing with the Falcons. They can bring in a quarterback, and it might be even more intriguing to Belichick that they bring in a young quarterback that he can mold. I mean,
True.
Look what he did with Brady, you know what I mean?
He's not a bad coach. He's a bad GM. That's what he is.
Yeah.
But now back to our team. Now, I keep hearing everybody saying Jaden Daniels, but do you know that Joe Shane and our scouts have went and seen Caleb Williams play more than anybody?
And I thought, from what I understand, it was Drake.
Who? Drake May?
Yeah, I think they were at, I want to say 6 or 7 of his games this year.
Oh, okay. Now, far as Brian Dable, most of the times when you see him throwing them shenanigan antics on the sideline, cussing out players, and he was doing mostly towards the coaches more than the players, and that's what's going around in the locker room.
And I love it. I'm an old school kind of guy, and I love it. Listen, if your guys be called out, call them out right at the moment they're doing the bad stuff. Because if you wait till halftime or to the end of the game, you're not helping them with anything. You got to make those changes. You got to make improvements as they're happening. If you wait, then you can't expect it to change anytime soon.
Now, when y'all was talking about that earlier, I put in the comments, the NFL is beginning to get soft because, when you ain't got coaches on the sideline doing that, you get the performances that you get, like Dallas. Who else got beat miserably?
Eagles.
Well, the Eagles. Okay, hold on. Let's call a spade with the Eagles.
We ain't gonna go there with them.
The Eagles straight up gave up. They straight up gave up. I mean, the lack of tackling that they did, the lack of action they had on the field, they didn't even want to be there.
Bro, hey,
I'm gonna say,
listen, it's so funny. It's so funny because Darius Slay, the cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles, he was trolling Giants last year because James Bradbury was their guy. I mean?
Oh yeah.
And James Bradbury last year, he shouldn't have never went into the All Pro in the first place because he was cooked last year as well. This year he was just more exposed because quarterbacks started throwing his way more.
Yep.
But the real reason what really happened to the Philadelphia Eagles, what really happened?
Nick Sirianni.
No, not at all.
I think so.
I always, everybody's entitled to an opinion, and you right. But me, I think it's because of their defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. That's what happened.
Oh, Matt Patricia has been proven to be trash.
Trash.
Everybody
trash.
sound like he's this great defensive coordinator.
No,
Let's talk.
trash.
Bill Belichick is probably one of the greatest defensive minds to ever coach this game. The fact that he's a head coach literally plays into the fact that I guarantee you, he has a lot more to do with that defense than his coordinators.
That's what he doesn't have good though, Bill Belichick, and that's a good coaching tree. He don't have a good coaching tree at all.
I got a young K. We got to have our moment. We got to have our moment. Okay. All season long, Dak and CeeDee Lamb was the best couple on that field, on AT&T Stadium, right? In that they were in sync.
Yep.
Okay, I'm talking bye. I mean, in sync. Okay.
Really?
They could not get in line. You like that one, didn't you, Daryl? They could not. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
On that field.
They were not connecting at all. And then in the first quarter, when Jair Alexander, when he pushed CeeDee Lamb for literally no reason, and CeeDee Lamb didn't, budge back, I knew the game was over because, when one of your best players is mentally off, bro, it's going to be a bad game. It's going to be a bad game.
Yeah, I want to say this about the Eagles game real quick. I just want to get this out of the way.
Okay.
I truly believe that game last night would have had a different ending had Brown been playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only that, when Julio went out, I knew it was going to be different.
Well, I don't know because they was playing a whole lot tougher than them. I mean, the Tampa Bay came in there with an attitude.
Yeah, but your Giants' offense revolves around arguably the best receiver in the league, with the exception of obviously CeeDee Lamb. But A.J. Brown was the guy. He made that Eagles offense what it was. He was the Eagles version of Randy Moss. All they had to do was throw the ball to him and he was catching it.
Well, you see what Green Bay did. They took away Michael Parsons and that defense just fell apart.
Right.
As he relies on CeeDee Lamb too much. He has other players he can depend on. He need to utilize them. Everybody had an awful game. Green Bay was prepared for what they were going to do. Like Fuego said, I had to take. I was like, why the hell are they taking the ball? I mean, honestly, guys, let's think about this for a second. When do you receive the ball? 9 times out of 10, you what? Defer to the second half. You kick it off, right? They said no, we want it. And I'm like, I hope this works out the way you hope it to be. And what did they do? They methodically ran down that field and scored 7 points.
And put pressure on the offense
immediately. And that first pick, I'm going to tell you right now, that first pick, you can't blame Dak on that. That first pick was outside of, I mean, it didn't even reach the hands, but that linebacker made an outstanding play.
That's a cornerback, Sneaky.
Well, that was a cornerback? I thought it was a linebacker.
That was Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
He basically came off the side of his shoulder and ripped the ball from him. That was a good pick, right, man.
I'll bring Ant back on. I'm gonna bring on What's up, Jizzle?
Hey, Sneaky, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Look, I saw you popping in, and I'm like, I got to bring you on. I know Ant's doing something real quick. I
Yeah,
had to bring you on real quick. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm better than I deserve, man. I'm better than I deserve.
Aren't we all? Aren't we
Yeah,
all?
yeah. I mean,
Um,
look, man. I feel like Giants fans are we've been having a little good stretch. Season's over, but we beat the Eagles week 18. We got to see the Cowboys and the Eagles lose in fantastic fashion.
yes.
The both of those teams, and you know what? I don't know what's worse. Is it worse to be a Giants fan and we're kind of starting to feel like we don't have that much direction. We're starting to kind of lose faith in Dayball. Or is it worse to be an Eagles fan? You think you're on the cusp every single year, and they just like they've had a couple years where like they've been like the best in the league, and they just can't get it done. Or is it worse to be a Dallas fan to be in that state perpetually?
Right, right. To have three of 12, win seasons and still not reach the conference championship game.
Yeah.
I want to kind of go back to what you said before. You said losing trust in Dable. For me, and I can only speak for myself, I don't think we are losing trust in Dable, even with the reports that come out now. Um, Real quick, and we talked about this in the beginning of the show. I got to give Dable props for kind of trying to nip it in the butt. Look, if I'm Coach Dable and I bring all my guys in a room that supposedly have an issue with me, and if I ask you directly, not indirectly, basically to your face, does anybody have a problem here with me? And if you have a deer in headlights look on your face and don't respond, then there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to turn the page and I'm going to move on because I got a game to prepare for.
I thought, Sneaky, do you watch Fisk Vegas? Like, do you know of him at all?
No, I'll be honest. No, it's Vegas. Sounds. I think it might sound familiar.
Yeah, yeah, he's like a talking head. He had a theory that I thought was interesting. He thinks that these reports are potentially coming out of Wink's camp as like a last shot at Dayball, because
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh, I agree.
we all know like it's like this season has been the beef between Dayball and Wink Martindale. And
Oh, I agree.
even from me talking to Wink Martindale, because I if you watch my videos, I talk to like the players and the coaches after every single home game, and like Wink was pissed. Like he was not like enthusiastic at all to be here. I'm like, that was after Baltimore, the game I spoke to Wink. It was after Lamar threw like 5 touchdowns, and he was like favored to win. And I'm like Wink. What do you think? Lamar just threw like 5 touchdowns. What do you think of his MVP odds? It's like, oh, we'll see. It's like totally disengaged. He's like, whatever. But he had that vibe like the last like back half of the season.
And earlier Gabe stated that possibly I got to say I want to be very careful how I say this. That his thought is that Wink was the one that went to Blazer and made the reports of saying that there's some tension between Dable and him. And I told him, I said, we don't know who the leak is. We don't know where that's coming from. I'm going to say this about Coach Dable, though. Okay, the fact that because there were some reports that came out that the players weren't even aware of the dysfunction in the coaching ranks, and to keep that away from the players for so long. I see you real cool, Dad. Don't go anywhere. For that to be the case, I think that speaks high volumes to Coach Dable itself. To kind of somewhat keep it within the ranks of the coaching staff.
Well, did
You know,
you
and
hear?
and to be fair, okay, and I see. I want to bring you back on here in a sec. To be fair, the fact that we're losing is what's stirring up all this bad juju, if you will.
Yeah, because you didn't see this last
No,
year really at
no.
all. Because
And
we had like a lot of close games this year, just like
yes,
last year. But instead of like winning the games this year like we did last year, like the games were going the other way. So we could be 9-8, and we could have been playing and been in the Packers' place, playing in Dallas. But that's just not how the ball tipped, and hey, that happens sometimes.
Now, when you had these conversations with Dable, you saying you spoke with him after the game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Dayball,
when
hey, Dayball was
I mean,
always
I'm
like
sorry, not Dable. I'm
super
sorry,
super
Wink.
enthusiastic.
I'm sorry, Wink. I'm sorry, Wink.
Yeah. So Wink, you could tell. I could see a stark like a switch flick by like about mid-season. I want to say after the Jets game, you could see a serious like change in tone.
Which
I
makes
know there
sense.
was, yeah, which would make sense because like that's kind of when like the season was kind of over, like our playoff hopes were kind of over. Um, but Dayball has been like optimistic, like he's like super engaged, um, with all the fans like all season long. He's like he has not changed a
Hold
bit.
on a sec. Billy, there should be some places in the backstage now. So I mean either today or Thursday, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the one thing that makes me optimistic, and I brought up that thing about losing faith in Dayball. That I feel like that's kind of like I see the public sentiment. I trade stocks like primarily for my income. So like, what part of my job is looking at public sentiment, and I
Okay.
see a lot of the public sentiment is starting to get a little shaky on Dayball. Like I can sense that. So like I feel like that's why I brought that up before.
Gotcha.
But I love that Dayball and Shane are like this. Like
Right.
they are in lockstep together. They may not like Kafka and like the coordinators. Like we still probably don't have those guys right yet, but we got the coach and the GM. We got a really smart like a really intelligent GM, and we got a passionate coach who can rally the guys. And I think once we just get these coordinators right, I think this team could do like great things. We got a great base.
You know what? And I think we'll end it there with you. I do got to move on now. I know you're new to the show. This your first time on the show, right?
It's my second time. I was on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
need to. I'm sorry. I do suffer from CRS. That's can't remember shit. So thank you for reminding me.
Over 45 now. That's the beginning stage.
That's very true. Yep, 46 and counting. So I'll tell you what, and I also see that you're driving. You need to be careful on the road.
Oh,
But
I'm not even looking at the stream. I just saw you were on.
let me
Figured
let me hear the outro one time, man.
Oh, all right. Oh, I gotta. Let's go, Giants.
I appreciate you, brother. Be good. Hey,
All
hopefully
right.
I'll
All
see you
right.
Thursday.
All right.
Yo, that is the best outro I've ever heard in my life, though. For real.
That's what?
That is the best outro I ever heard.
Hey, you know what? I am not complaining at all. Hold on, let me see. Let me bring in real cool dad.
Haha. What's up, everybody?
What's up, bro?
Although he is the only one in the group that's still in the playoffs.
In the playoffs?
Yeah. Hold on a sec. Tanya has something to say. She said, I think Dabes needs to stop being the scapegoat and hold others accountable. Yeah, and you were saying this. You were saying the same thing.
Yep.
I get being the coach, but essentially, you have to have conversations and not allow certain things to happen. Get the locker room back. Stop releasing information to the press, which I don't think it's him. But I know where you're going with this. I know you're going with this. It creates unnecessary and unwanted drama. It loses the locker room and people's faith in your ability to do the job needed. Do your job to be that. No, I agree. I agree with Tanya. I think the fact that Dable doesn't he wants to protect his coaches. He wants to protect his players. But when you have coaches that step out of bounds, let's be honest, let's call it like it is. Then then he's gonna have to be in cleanup mode. Young K, what are your thoughts on McCarthy? What is his issue? Like what?
He lacks discipline. If we had like a guy like, a Bill Parcells type of guy, Tom Landry type of guy, Jimmy Johnson type of guy, we wouldn't be leading the NFL in penalties. And I knew that would cost us in the playoffs, the penalties. And then, Micah Parsons wouldn't have a podcast if he had a coach like Jimmy Johnson. So we need a nonsense coach. That's what we need, bro. We need a culture change. That's what the Dallas Cowboys need.
Sounds like a lack of leadership too.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, lack of leadership and coaching and everything. And we also need a linebacker, man. Every single time I watch the Ravens and the 49ers, their linebackers, the Ravens with Roquan Smith and the Niners with Fred Warner, I'd be jealous, bro. Them guys are insane.
You see how little y'all nickelbacks are? I was like, look at them little motherfuckers. What they gonna do with Aaron Jones coming up the middle like that?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
move out the way.
And they were also running dime package too.
Yeah, they had like 5 linebackers.
Yeah.
When they kept running the ball. I said that during the game, and then who was it that said it? Was it on Get Out? Was that on Get Out yesterday? They were talking about how they're running a dime package.
Yeah.
On there. I'm gonna bring on Captain Jack. It's been a minute, Captain. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? I appreciate you letting me in here with all of the. I see young K just looking like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't forget. Don't worry, I don't forget.
Real quick, JT, he says, I think it's absolutely paramount the Giant finds the right coordinator soon, because as of right now, they have a coach, the GM, and soon will be the quarterback. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Hey, Sneaky, I got to jump out. My phone's about to die.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm probably going to be ending here in a little bit.
Good seeing you as well, partner. I remember you as well. See, I'm that old elephant in the room. I remember.
I'm right behind you.
You got it.
I thought I was the old one.
No. All right, Ed. I'll see you Thursday, brother. Let me hear one time, man.
Let's go. Ow.
Love you, brother. Be good. Okay, and this will probably be the.
I got to do that on the way out, man. I might have to. I might have some technical difficulties, but yeah, I'll do it on the way out.
Yo,
got to bring WTF. It's been a minute. So real quick, real cool, Dad. RCD.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to root for the Chiefs this weekend against Buffalo.
They're going to lose.
Well, Daryl, I'm going to tell you right now, you may be right.
Unless they can get out and throw a couple picks, they're going to lose.
when when you got a team like the Chiefs that have hosted the AFC Championship game as many times as they have, and been in the how many times you guys won the West? Like 5 straight now, 6 straight, something.
7, I think.
The AFC West,
Yeah,
8 straight.
8
Ooh,
straight.
ooh,
Yeah,
that's my mom team.
and we
So,
hosted the last 5 AFC championships. This will be our first road playoff game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Under the
Oh, y'all going to Buffalo.
under the Reed regime.
Well, before that, there was nothing to talk about. Let's be
I'm
honest.
just
Before
saying,
that, there was nothing to talk about.
I am the historical person here to make sure that people get the correct information.
okay.
Under the Reed regime, this will be your first road playoff game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this will be this will be Mahomes' first playoff road game. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to say this about Kansas City. I didn't realize how hilly that place is.
But the food is good.
Oh, the food's great. When I went there for the draft, that was crazy. I'm like, oh my God. There was a lot of
No, I think the Chiefs will beat Buffalo. I think we will. I think we match up well on the defensive side. Our linebackers are playing lights out. Snead and McDuffie, they're doing well. The D line is holding up. We just can't offensively blow it. Rashee Rice is doing his thing now. He's actually, if they want to double team Kelsey, Rashee Rice can get some one-on-ones, and Pacheco runs the ball well. So we have the ability to control the game now. It's just whether or not we'll actually do it.
Just don't.
That Isaiah Pacheco dude.
It's bad that our highest paid receiver doesn't even get 5 snaps a game anymore.
Yeah, well, if the officials are going to let your defensive backs play,
don't start.
Hell! Oh no!
Don't start.
Oh no! I have yet to begin on that shit. Okay.
No. Okay. What about when we were playing the Packers and the DBs?
One at a time. One at a time, guys.
The officials are going to let those D-backs play as tight as they have been, and not just against the Raiders, but a bunch of other teams where they're over the top of them and the flags are mysteriously frozen in the officials' pockets, then yeah, they are the best defensive backs in the league.
Well, what about our wide receivers getting mauled? When we played Green Bay, that DB was damn near piggybacking 3-4 steps before the ball got there.
Yes.
I think,
and you know why you didn't get that call? Because that was a makeup call when they gave Mr. Prima Donna a call on the sideline when he shouldn't have had it. That was the makeup call that screwed you, brother. That was the makeup call that screwed you. Go back and look at the tape. That was not a hit out of bounds. So they made it up. They made up that call, and it came back and bit you in the ass. And by the way, if your receivers could actually catch the friggin' ball, you wouldn't be talking about it now, would you?
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Actually, I would. You know what? I know the receivers can't catch the ball. That's blatantly obvious. But when we get calls, I know that there are calls that go for us. And when we when calls go against us that should be for us, I know that too. I call it both ways. I know
all right. I'm calling timeout. Because let's not forget about Buffalo, okay? Where our tight end got raped in the end zone. All right, let's just we can all agree that there's a lot of inconsistencies in the officiating of the NFL. All right, it's horrendous.
Can I drop a plug? Because since we're talking about the officials, if you watch NFL Nation Live on YouTube, on the NFL Nation Live YouTube channel that is also simulcast on my channel, you get the opinions of a retired NFL official that will tell you who's going to be ass raped by which official each week. So if you watch the show, you will say, and people will call in, hey, ref, who did the Giants have this week as the referee? And he'll go down the list, and he knows it a lot quicker than other people because he gets the listing. He knows the crews, he knows the white hats, and he also knows that the linesmen and the umpires that are going to screw you.
Yeah,
Period.
I like what Tanya says. I like to get paid $205K just to throw out random flags and BS. Now,
Yeah.
I want to throw a plug out here because Captain Jack, you and I have something in common.
We do.
I think we have something in common.
Okay.
Do you got your coin?
I do, but it's in my pack that I go
Okay.
to stadiums with. But yes, I got my ESF.
I got you. Don't get and I know Tiffy will say you owe 10 push-ups, but no, you don't.
No. Well, I can't give you 10 push-ups because the belly will get in the way anyway.
I know mine too. Hey, I'll go down. I don't know if I could do a push down. I don't know if I push up. But I want to do a quick plug. Captain Jack and myself, let me put it close to the camera. ESF. I'm on TikTok Live too. This is it's a club.
It's over there, and I'm not getting up because I only have my underwear on.
Don't worry. You get a pass. You get a pass. It's a club for fans. Okay, if you are Young K, you qualify. RCD, we already talked about this. Daryl, we talked. WTF, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to let y'all know that I'm part of a nonprofit organization called the Elite Superfans. And one thing that I love about this group that I'm a part of, and if you want information, go to my Instagram page. You can just type in Elite Superfans or go to elitesuperfans.com. And check it out. Look us up.
Talk to Miss Tiffany, and you tell them that SneakyG and Captain Jack sent you.
Yep, anti-bullying and also suicide prevention, which I think would be great for Dallas Cowboy fans. I think
Hey,
this would be a
Captain Jack, you like the Raiders, huh?
No, I don't like the Raiders. I love the Raiders. I've been a Raiders fan for 52 years.
Y'all better
counting.
Y'all better not let Antonio Pierce walk out that door.
That's the. You know what? Now I understand why you went in on me. Now
Oh,
I
you didn't
now
know?
I understand.
You didn't know, bro?
This is the typical brain dead Jed that comes out of Kansas City. He can't figure out with this and
I can't
Plunkett
see. I
and
got my
Cushing.
glasses on. Oh, let me put
Yeah.
my glasses on.
Okay,
I
yeah.
still can't
He
see
can't
it.
figure out with the Pirate and the Shield and Tom
Jack, where you
Christensen
at?
and Jim Plunkett behind me
Can't
that
do
I'm
that
a Raiders here.
Jack, where you at?
Dallas.
Where am I at? I'm
Yeah.
in Tampa.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did
You ever
not-
make it out here?
Yes, I make it out there. I make it out
To
to
Vegas?
Kansas City. Yeah. To
No, I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know
And
when
by
you're
the
in
way-
town, because I'll come down there and tailgate with y'all. Because I hang out. I go down there with like Mr. Fitz and Samoan Raider and
Yeah, I know Oos Nation real well.
Raider Puppet.
Part of you're talking my crew. I know
Yeah,
them
yeah,
all.
yeah. No, they're all good. They're all good people.
Yeah, yeah. Like you say, you're talking my crew. I go all there like Wrecking Crew and Oos Nation and TBH and a bunch of the other folks. They all know me.
Yeah, Raider Schaefer's live not too far from me, and what's the other guy's name? He does all the woodworking. He made a Chiefs emblem for me.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I know
they're good people. They're all
great
of them.
people. Yeah, but that's why I'm ragging on you. It's like, come on, man. What part of this did you not?
I can't see that far. I'm telling you, I can't. I can barely see you.
Okay, well then that's a good thing. So I'm an ugly guy. According to Young K, I'm a very ugly guy.
Well,
I think Young K is still reeling from this weekend.
Okay, you know what, Young K? Because you guys got ass raped on TV so bad, I'm not going to do anything. I am not going to say any more words to you, sir, because you got it worse than the janitor in the New York prison on national TV. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm just going to say there's only one nation, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to tell you. There's only one nation. That's it. But
I honestly hate to agree with him too, but he's true.
That's
So
it.
WTF? Yeah, it's been a minute, man. What you up to?
Nothing, just playing basketball and going to school.
Good for you. Keep going, and get those grades, brother.
Yeah, getting that. Are you surprised that Rivera got fired and all that's
Hell
coming?
no, I'm so happy. It was
There's my surprise face.
it was time for him to go. I mean, yeah, the locker room was losing him week by week, and I was in here when they were talking about the Chase Young and Montez Sweat trade, but I actually didn't think we were going to trade Montez Sweat because he was having a really good year, and I knew we were going to get rid of Chase Young just because his injury, and
And the money.
yeah, and money, and he's still not playing. I mean, he's not playing like amazing on the 49ers.
You think they're
So
gonna let Eric Bieniemy go? Because I'd sure love to have him back.
no, but I love Eric Bieniemy, and I'm happy we got him from you guys.
They were saying that if the Chiefs had Eric Bieniemy back, we wouldn't have had so many offensive line penalties because he was like a disciplinarian, and
Yeah.
Matt Nagy's just a chump.
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Nagy is just a mouthpiece for the
Yeah,
it's good
it's
cop and good
worthless.
cop. It used to be good cop, bad cop, and Bieniemy
Yeah.
was the bad cop, and you needed that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I
And
don't
you
know
can
what they're
tell
gonna
by
do.
our remedial play calling how much you miss Eric Bieniemy because he had a better offensive mind.
Right, and it actually says if you look at the
They blackballing that brother, man.
if you look at the
Hey,
Chiefs stats
Gabe,
from
go
last
sit
year.
at the kids' table again, Gabe, and come in when you're an adult.
You didn't give me a chance to read it out loud. So Gabe said the correct one nation is the giant nation.
Again,
And
go
obviously,
sit at the kids' table and come in when you have an opinion that's
You know what's
worthy.
funny?
Hey,
You
you
know
can
what's
let
funny?
them in.
I grew up in LA. I grew up in LA. I had a lot of friends that were Raider fans, and one of my friends actually took me to my first Raider game at the Coliseum, and they were playing the Chiefs. And I only became a Chiefs fan because I always like to go against the grain. So I bet him that the red team would win. I don't even know who the hell they were, but that's how I became a Chiefs fan. But
So
when
you
I
were an
go on
abused kid.
Instagram, there's actually a hashtag that says Chiefs Nation, but I refuse to use it because it's not. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not.
hold on. Gabe says, I love pissing off Captain at 11 o'clock at night. I take great pleasure. Love it. Love you, Cap. Okay, he's giving you some love, Captain.
I know. I'm giving it right back to Gabe because he blew up
You
my
can let him
phone
back
last
in,
night.
Sneaky. I'm gonna hop off here, brother.
All right, Daryl. I'm gonna add a
Daryl.
couple more people.
Good to see
Hey,
you, brother.
Captain Jack. Hey, man, I like you, Captain Jack. You
I
stay cool,
appreciate
brother.
it. You take care as well, partner.
All right. To the
All
rest
right.
of you gentlemen, I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Stay cool. And we'll holler at y'all later. Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, brother. Be good.
You
All right, so I'm gonna add a couple people real quick.
Yo, what's good?
What up, Sneak?
What good?
What up,
What good?
Caleb? So Jay, are you the DFW sports guy?
Me?
Okay, nope, never mind. I got someone on TikTok live that I told him to come on, and then you popped on. So that's why I'm asking you if you're him.
Well,
Hey,
I
Sneak,
saw
have you
I
talked to
saw that you
Jamie
guys
at
were
all?
on.
Hold
I
on
saw
one
you guys
second.
were. I did find you guys on the live, but I came in quickly as I could so I could say some things.
Oh, okay, perfect. What'd you say, RCD?
Have you talked to Jamie?
I will tomorrow on our show.
Well, you know who Jamie spent the night with last night? Well, okay, the game night with. I want to make sure on that.
All right.
You know who spent the game night with was me on TV because we were sitting front row at that game.
Oh, were you? How was he?
He was down.
Yo, yeah, he was very
You guys
down.
were on. I saw him on TV a couple times, man, and a picture's worth 1,000 words, and he didn't. He looked broke.
We got a lot of good shots where when the Eagles got their first touchdown and Goddard was the guy that got it, and they panned to us, and it was him and I'm going like this at the camera, and Jamie is screaming at. So that was a lot, and that's what we got. But then at the end of the game, when it was really, and it was heartbreaking to see because again, obviously I was rooting for the Eagles last night because I live in Tampa and can't stand the fake Pirates. And Jamie is an NFL meme. He is an NFL meme. But he'll be
There's a
back.
picture of him kind of slumped over with his arms on the railing.
Yes, yeah, right.
I
I was
took
right
that
next to
picture
him.
on my TV. I actually have that.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
said.
like I
Oh,
was saying,
Jay, what's up, man? It's been a
when
minute.
the Cowboys lost, my first thought was I got to make a video trolling some of these people because I have a lot of friends who are Cowboy fans. But when the Eagles lost, I actually felt bad for them. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because I knew Jamie was there. I know it hurt. Seeing Jason walk off the field in tears. It's like, but it's funny how like my first impulse was to troll Cowboy fans.
Well, yeah, you didn't need to do that. That was done by everybody and their grandmother. Hell, I did that right when the games are going on. If you do that, but when we're watching Jason Kelsey walk off the field, we saw it and we looked at each other and we both said to each other, that is the picture of a man who has played his last game in the NFL. You saw it. You saw it right there.
So I laughed a few seconds ago because I saw this comment that Tanya said. She said, "LOL, don't worry, Sneaky trolled enough Cowboy fans."
Oh yeah, and like I said, check out my IG, check out my
That's good.
Facebook. Yeah, check out my Facebook. I was just bam, 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 bam as the game was going on. That's why I said, young K, you ain't getting any more from me tonight because I've already shot the cannons at you, brother. You're good.
I enjoyed every minute of that debacle Sunday, and I am a superstitious type of person. Okay, and Young K, you're gonna enjoy this part. I will tell you this: like when it was 14-0, 21-0. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 20-0 because he missed that extra point. Oh, what the hell? It's been a minute. What's up, Zone? I had so many people call me when it was 14-0. I was getting text messages. I was getting TikTok messages. I
was
Facebook.
texting Sneaky and calling him. I was like, "Hey, are you gonna have to change your sign?"
I didn't answer anybody.
Yeah.
Even when it was 27-7 at halftime, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna wait. And then of course when they tried that mediocre, comeback towards the end where they ran out of time, I'm like, they're only down by 16. They can make it. I still had to wait until the last offensive series before I went outside and grabbed the infamous sign, changed the date, went in my front porch, and yelled out, "Dallas sucks."
Yeah, and I know you were cold.
I was freezing. I was cold as hell outside. But
was
you know
8
what?
degrees,
I
wasn't
wasn't
it?
cold. I wasn't cold because I was numb.
Yeah,
I was so raw. That adrenaline was pumping, and then I just couldn't stop laughing. It was like a moment when I went live. I had to like calm myself down to hit the buttons to go live on TikTok. And when I finally went live,
Hold on.
I enjoyed what's up?
I saw somebody was like, Young K canceled his Instagram page. I was like, no, I didn't.
Oh, did you?
No.
Did you?
Hey, Sneak, I gotta bounce, brother.
All right, brother. Hey,
See you later.
Real cool, Dad. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, if you can,
You're awesome.
get my number from SneakyG, partner.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and hit up your Instagram too, real quick, so we can get connected.
You got it, partner.
All right, brother. Let's go, Giants. Ow.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, be good, real cool, Dad. Zone. I gotta talk to everybody real quick, okay? Young K, I commend you for listening in on this, right? So WTF, I'm gonna start with you and I'm gonna go down the line. WTF. What was more pleasurable? I don't even sound right. The
Yeah,
Eagles, or the Dallas Cowboy debacle? Which one you found more pleasure in?
First, I think this whole weekend was amazing.
Amen.
But what I thought would have, I mean, it's never old to see the Cowboys just get killed. Like I could watch that all day, every day. But I was born in Tampa, so I would probably have to say the Bucks beating the Eagles was more pleasurable to me.
Okay. Jay, what about you, man?
Me? Oh, definitely the Eagles. My opinion.
Caleb, what about you?
All right, this is what I'm gonna say as a 49ers fan. I hate Dallas. Can't stand Philly at all. It was just a good weekend all around. The Rams lost too, so
Oh, that's right.
it was just a good weekend.
And they lost by a point. So you being a 49ers fan, let me ask you this. In zone, don't worry. I didn't forget about you. You being a Niners fan, did you want to be the one to take out Dallas? Because you would have played Dallas in the conference championship game. Or are you glad that they're eliminated?
I wanted to take them out because first time we beat them in the playoffs, we beat them first round. Second time we beat them second round.
And just so you know, I was there.
Second time we beat them second round, so it would be fun seeing us beat them all 3 rounds.
I like the way you think.
Fair point.
Well, actually, Captain Jack, which one was yours?
Sir.
Which one? Well, I'm gonna assume Dallas was more pleasurable because you were with Jamie for the Eagles one, and there was a little.
Yes. Yeah. And again, because people were saying like, "Are you a Bucks fan now?" I'm like, "Wait, what's policy?"
Right.
Try to keep it clean, right?
Right.
F no. I'm there to support anybody that are going to beat the fake Pirates, or at least try to beat the fake Pirates. And the Eagles at the beginning of the season would have made that happen. The Eagles at the beginning of the season and the Eagles at the end of the season are two different teams. I relished every savory moment that the Dallas Cow Patties got their asses whooped. Sorry, Young TK, I'm not ragging on you. I'm just
don't be
saying,
sorry. Just
I
call like it
relished
is.
it. I am. I'm not ragging on him anymore.
Yeah.
It's too easy. It's like pulling the wings off of a love bug down here in Florida. They land on you and you grab them and then you pull off the wing. It's too easy. So, but yeah, Young, if you missed any of it, Young 2K, come hit up my IG and my Facebook, and you'll see all of the trash that I, plus other people threw trash on it as well. It's easy. So I took great relish in it. And the reason why is because there are so many Cowboy fans out there that are, like we're the greatest. It's our year every year. They go, and I'm like, here we go. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Right back to the couch. Okay.
Right to the couch.
Here we go.
Right to the couch.
100%.
Right to the couch. I took, and like I said, my son-in-law had the audacity when I brought him to Vegas for the last game, with my, and it's my stepdaughter, but he is a huge Cowboys fan. And I introduced him to some of the more well-known super fans, and he went out of his way because he lives in San Diego. Says, I am a huge Raider hater. And so I didn't even F with him at the end of the game until he gave me the meme that showed, the Dallas stuff on clearance and said they didn't waste any time. And then all of the people with the Dak, throwing out Dak with the trash, that's so easy. But there are too many Cowboy fans that are just so full of themselves. And Young K, I hope, and I sincerely mean this, I hope that you don't grow up to be as pitiful as those fans, because you need to have a square head about you until you can live it and see it, because I don't think you've seen it in your lifetime unless you were a baby.
No,
When you guys
no.
actually won, when you guys
I'll
actually
answer that
won,
for you. No,
and
no.
you were a relevant organization, and
Bro,
I admire you for
I've
being
seen
a
them
fan.
all. I've seen them all, bro. I've seen them all.
Yeah, on videotape,
Yeah.
on YouTube, but you
Yeah, on
haven't experienced
VHS.
it. You haven't experienced it, brother,
So
and maybe one of these days you will. So, but and I'm sorry, Sneaky. You know, I talk too much. The
oh yeah,
answer, of
it's
course,
okay.
was Dallas getting their asses raped on TV. That's the way it is.
I just got to get Zone in here because it's been a minute. It's been a
Go
minute.
see you, Zone. I
Zone,
remember Zone too.
how
So
you been, man?
every Captain Jack, been good, man. I just want to say, yo, what's up, Sneaky, my brother? I just saw a score on YouTube, just chilling, doing like just free time today, and I just saw Sneaky G's live, and I was like, yo, let me just pop in real quick. It's been a minute.
I want to show something real quick. Hold on, this moment right here. I mean, Sunday was epic, but this one. Hold on.
Yo, after W, you already know it's the man in the flesh.
Let's go, Giants!
Mr. Giants on top. You already know.
Yeah,
That was epic.
That is still one of my favorite moments at any Giants game.
And then of course Nick was like, "Come on, man, we gotta go, man. We gotta go." Oh, I never want to beat his ass so much. So Zone, it's your turn now. Which which one was more epic for you? Or no, I'm gonna keep it going. Pleasurable, even though that still doesn't sound right. The Eagles or the Cowboys?
So I gotta agree with Javen. That was a great weekend overall. But for me personally, I've just always like obviously both were great as Giants fans, but I've always disliked the Eagles way more. And something that was like really funny, like look, all respect to Philly sports god, but I don't know if you know about the meme, Sneaky, where the Eagles lose and he's like, so the season is over. Like, have you seen that meme? Do you guys, like anyone else know what I'm talking about? Where Philly sports guy, like when the
Yeah,
Eagles lose,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. And then so pretty much like I'm not gonna lie, like he gets like the actual Bucks page, the Bucks TikTok account.
I saw that.
He was on the Bucks page.
Yeah,
he was.
You have to check that out. That was really funny. Like he's a funny guy, and I'm not gonna. The meme is really funny, and I just dislike the Eagles more as a whole, and they got destroyed. Like that was fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. Just watching them, not even like keep it close, but just sort of embarrass themselves. Like, you know, like just yeah. I especially after what like last year what happened to us against the Eagles, like that was a nice revenge for the Bucks.
You know,
I thought I'm sorry, Steve. I thought the Cowboys got destroyed more, but the score was closer at the end because they got garbage touchdowns. The Eagles got whooped, but they didn't get raped, and that's why the score the final score is not is like I said the score again with the Cowboys was a lot closer than it was actual per the game. Now the Eagles score was like they got whooped, but I thought that the Cowboys again because they're at home, they're the number 2 seed, and they just got royally ranged up the caboose, and it only took garbage time to get them back.
I gotta say this real quick. For me, obviously, y'all know I hate Dallas because I live here. So of course I'm going to tell you the great satisfaction was when Dallas, the debacle at AT&T Stadium. But I'm even going to go even further. Okay. I'm not surprised that the Eagles lost in the fashion that they did.
No.
They had the end of season. Saying the word collapse is not even, that's still giving it a compliment. It is a late season collapse. Listen, football is a game, or it's a sport of not how you start, but how you finish. I mean, we can all say that's how every sport is, but especially with it being a single game elimination in the playoffs at the end of the season. Look, before the playoffs, they were 1-1. Well, they were 1-4. Well, they were 10-1 before the 49ers, but then they were 4-1 after, and of course, they beat us. But I mean, I'm sorry, they were 1-4. Yes, 1-4. They beat us, but Zone, we can also debate too that there were some calls that had to win our way. That game would have been totally different in Philly as well.
For sure. I think we should have had that one too. But I'm glad we have a week 18 win. For sure.
The
That was
Cowboys
nice.
just swept Philly as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that game, the theme to that game was talk about game of inches. You know, I mean, if a foot wasn't here or if the ball was placed different over the line, it would have been different. You know, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Philly lost the way they did. You can tell, and the compare and contrast of the two teams, I'll say the Giants and the Eagles, is that yeah, we had our dysfunction with Dable and Wink and that whole situation. Although it was kind of kept within the coach's rankings, right? You still saw how those players still wanted to play. They still wanted to compete. They wanted to play for Dable and Wink and who, and they wanted to play for the coaches. That what I saw on last night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, the lack of tackling was atrocious. Now, the thing about Green Bay and the Dallas Cowboys, they just punched y'all in the mouth. I mean, what's that running back? The Green Bay Jones?
Aaron
Jones.
Like
I said, it's in Wikipedia. He owns the Dallas Cowboys, according to Wikipedia.
My God. I mean, he was unstoppable. And I mean, so I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to McCarthy. I mean, he did win, 12 games the last, 3 years, whatnot. I don't know about Nick Sirianni, although I do not like at all the coach for the Eagles because he was feeling himself last year in the divisional round, kind of bobbing his head, and now he's having a big old taste of some humble pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
hockeyiest coach I've ever seen in sports. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, guys, we are at the 3-hour mark, so I am going to have to. I'm already an hour over, but it's all good. I want to thank everybody that came on. It is so good to see WTF, Young K, Zone, Caleb, Jay, of course, Captain. All we're missing now is what Mike from the NFC East group that all you four back in the day. But I appreciate you all. Hold on a second. I don't think I have that video of oh wait. Oh yeah, I do. Here we go, WTF. Washington man. What's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thanks for
I can't watch that.
Wow, back in the day, man. Back in the day.
I got to look. The reason why I bring that up, and Young K, I saw the very first time you came on the show too. I need to put that in there. It's an honor for me to see you guys grow up and become the young men that you guys are. And the fact that as you know, I don't get paid for this. But the fact that you allowed me to be in your life this long and at this stage in your life, that's priceless, fellas. And I want to thank you for that, especially you three. You know who you guys are. Zone, Young K, WTF. It's been a minute. You guys are the OGs of the Sneaky G's. So I appreciate you guys.
That was episode 3.
That was.
I don't even know
now,
what episode you're on now, to be honest.
232. And that's not even including all the OTs and all that. That's not including all those. And think about it. I took a couple, I take June off and I take some time off, but we're still at 200 and we got to be at least over 300. And I have so many duplicates too, because I always mess up when I enumerate these episodes. So, but I appreciate you guys. And Caleb and Jay, I appreciate you guys coming back. Captain, always good to see you. And I think it's awesome that
I saw you and I know I'm Noah Verbosa. I wanted to come in while I could, Connor. And again, to all the young kids here. Wait, I want to make sure. Yeah, okay. I gotta remember it's opposite. That gentleman
right.
over there, lot of admiration for him because of what he has done. And like you said, he brings the young kids up. And again, I don't say that with nastiness. The young kids that are growing into men, and he likes he molds them well. And good on him, and he doesn't cuss like now I can cuss, which is cool because I cuss way too much, but he doesn't cuss on his shows, and good for him. And again, I admired that as Sneaky G, and we both have a network in common as well. We both have the ESF in common, and it's great for y'all to be here and to be able to talk sports with the adults, shall we say, because you are the young adults that you're going to be there, and I enjoy it as well.
And Captain Jack, we'll start with you. Let me hear it one time, man.
Okay, for you, sir, because I know New York has got to do it. Let's go Giants! Ow!
I appreciate you. I appreciate Captain Jack. Be good.
Snake.
What's up?
Before I heard, let me just say, can I say we responsible for the downfall of the Eagles?
You know what? Yeah. I'll give you that.
Most definitely, because Nick
Y'all the only team
Bosa,
that they beat.
Nick Bosa put the blueprint out there. Like he just said how to stop Jalen Hurts, bro. Like he just said it in his interview.
Yeah. And I mean, all I know is, did you see Jalen Hurts' finger? That was some disgusting. Oh man,
Bruh.
And I don't care. Look, to me, I'm a quarterback. That middle finger, that's the last finger that leaves the ball. I don't know what.
How the heck? Ow.
I don't know what technique they got. The thumb and the middle finger. I've messed up my index finger. I mean, if you see it up close, it is a little jagged, right? But no, it's the middle finger for me. Jay, let me hear it one time, man.
Them Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, brother. Be good. Caleb, let me hear it one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow.
Hey, man. Good luck next week.
Appreciate
and don't talk mess about the Packers. You talk mess after you beat them. Okay.
I think my favorite thing though was me. I told my dad. I said I know Philly's gonna lose because of what we did to them. I already knew they was about to lose to Tampa. I said so. We probably gonna play Tampa because I don't see Dallas losing to Green Bay.
And then guess what? Surprise, surprise.
We was in the third quarter.
Surprise.
In the third quarter, and I said, "Well, Dad, looks like we're playing Green Bay next week."
Oh man, I'm gonna make that TikTok. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Man, Young K, look, I salute you for sticking around no matter how much we talk about them Cowboys. I did have to make modifications to that sign. I don't know if you saw that. But WTF, are you doing the shimmy?
I'm doing the shimmy. I gotta by probably like February, middle of February, end of February. I got a video coming out, sophomore highlights. So just trying to get a bunch of clips
gotta
out.
see it. I won't believe you until I see the shimmy.
I got
You a shooter? You a shooter?
No, I believe him. I believe him.
WTF?
Yeah, I play defense. That defense, and I play defense, but also passing the ball. I'm strong with it too. So
I bet you I can beat you in 3-point shootout.
you might be able to, but
we
you ain't
got
beating me.
one day.
You ain't beating me on 1-on-1.
You're probably a little bit taller than me now.
How tall are you?
5'8".
I'm about 5'10" now.
Oh damn! Bet.
So,
See, hey, you're a little bit.
hey,
Zone is like 9 feet tall. When I saw him, I'm like, good God, Zone, what the hell wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I used to play basketball. I actually played basketball in college too, just like intramural. But yeah,
I'm like, what the hell you be eating? Damn, Zone, what the fuck? Get off your ankles. Just shit.
hey, before I head out, I really just want to say, man, like every time I come on here, it feels like a family, and like
Right?
I know I don't like I don't have a lot of time to come on, and it was funny because I was talking to Zone, Young K, and Mike earlier today. Um, but it was just like Mike's been blowing my phone up for a while, and I've just been so busy, and today was like the only chance I got to answer and really talk. So I was glad I got to come on here and say what's up to everybody. So.
Let me tell you about Mike. During the Green Bay Packers and the Cowboys game, he asked me, "Are you good?" And I responded, "Yeah, thanks." And then last night, I screenshotted what he sent and I sent it right back to him. Basically, what he asked me.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm telling you, I don't even look. I don't even know. My wife said, "Are you gonna put that on vibrate or silent or something?" My phone was going crazy during the Dallas Cowboy game. Crazy. And like it went off a couple times during the Eagles game, but the Cowboys game, I mean, you better change that sign. Are you watching this? I know you happy. Oh, it's almost over.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm like, damn. Look,
Sneaky, you're the first people I thought about watching that game. I was like, Sneaky's gonna have a field day, man.
Hey, Young K, I thought about you. I thought about True Blue. And I thought about Dash. Oh, Dash even called me. I'm like, I'm not talking to nobody until I know it's over. So I talked to Dash on Saturday. I'm sorry, Sunday, and I'm gonna talk to True tomorrow. But there were some I was frothing at the mouth, but I was frothing. I'm like, ooh, let me get this TikTok ready. Let me get this TikTok.
Speaking of calling, it was like a couple of times last year where I tried to FaceTime you. You don't have FaceTime no more?
FaceTime or what?
Like
Oh
Face
no, I got a fold now.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a fold. But I mean, you can FaceTime me on Instagram.
Instagram's kind of whack.
That's kind of where I do a lot of my FaceTime is on Instagram. But yeah, I gotta go and I gotta get to bed. WTF? Let me hear one time, man.
Real quick, I have one more question. How cold is it there?
It's cold.
Oh, it's cold down here. Are you talking about in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's not in the negatives anymore. That I do know.
Yeah, Friday we got off of school because there was so much snow. I think we got like a foot of snow, and then today
No,
we
it's
got
all
off.
right.
Today we got off of school because it was like -9 or -8 out today. So
Nashville got Nashville got 5 inches.
Hold on. Sneaky, get Young K a sneaky hoodie. Oh, he knows our website, dresscomfy.com. Latest and greatest for Sneaky G Man merch. I appreciate that plug, Tanya.
And on that note, I'm gonna head out.
All right, man.
I'll see all y'all. Let's go, Giants. Ow.
You'll be good. Oh, shoot. My bad, Zone. Young K, let me hear one time.
Glad we squashed everything. You know what I mean? When we had
Oh,
our
yeah.
problems.
Definitely.
It was like 3 months ago. Yeah, glad we squashed everything, but let's go Giants out.
Appreciate you, fam. I had to have you last because it's been a minute. How's college going?
Been good, man. Been good. Just been really busy like recently. So
Let
it's
me see.
like
What kind of shirt you got? What kind of sweatshirt you got?
Giants. My friend gave it to me for my birthday.
Man, I gotta get something like that. That's sick. I like that. That's clean.
Just sitting in our mall apparently, and he was like, I saw it, and then he just thought of me immediately. He just got it.
Yeah, that's clean, man.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, so good to see you, man.
We're gonna have a better season next year.
Yeah,
and,
man. I had such high hopes for this season. So disappointing, but I'm confident in our team next year. Hopefully.
We'll bring it back. You know, I got faith in Joe Shane. That is. So,
yeah. Real quick,
Hey,
I want to
man.
hear your thoughts on the whole quarterback situation. What do you think is the move for next year? Do we draft or do we stick with Daniel Jones as a starter?
So this is just my opinion. Shane is very uh, how can I say this? Jones is under contract. Jones and Tommy is under contract for next year. Okay. Jones is planning to come back for the regular season. So I don't see us drafting a quarterback in the first round. The fact that we have some equity in our drafts this year, I can see us drafting a quarterback in like the top second round. But the first round, I don't see us getting a quarterback. So I think, regardless, I think we're going to have Jones for next year, and hopefully, he comes back from injury. He, performs good. We get in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl. It's easy. Sounds easy, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just not. I agree with you honestly. I think people are a little too harsh on Daniel Jones after a year that wasn't only bad for him, but it was just the whole team was like we're supposed to do in the situation. The whole team was bad. So honestly, I want to see Daniel Jones with hopefully a much better roster next year. And I'm not saying like he's like 100% like gonna be that guy, but I'm still holding out hope that he is. We've made it this far, and he just had a good year last year. So I'm still hope. I'm a ride till shit falls. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
I don't know what happened for Jones to have the regression that he did. Maybe it was the pressure of the money. Maybe it was the pressure of the success he had last year, and he has to come back and repeat it. I don't know, but I do believe that next year, even with his contract, it's put up or shut up. And if he's not successful, if he ends up on the bench like he did last year, well, he was hurt last year, but if he doesn't perform, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a short hook. So, especially
Yeah.
if we draft someone in the second round. But I still think
Yeah.
Jones will be there next year, and then after that, we'll talk about it then.
I agree. I feel like there's been so many make or break years for Daniel Jones. Next year's another one. It's just the story of
Yeah.
his career.
And we got to keep in mind that Shane inherited Daniel. Dable inherited Daniel. They don't owe him anything. He was lucky he got this. He got this contract because he showed the potential. But there's a reason why they put a 2-year gap in there, or a 2-year option, I should say. So we'll see. I wish him nothing but the best.
Me too. I'm still a huge fan, no matter what. I don't know why certain Giants fans are just like they destroy him on Giants Twitter. I don't know if you see, but it's just kind of like saddening to me because this guy they act like he's like purposely trying to lose games. Like this guy is going out there playing professional football in the NFL for our favorite franchise, and people are bashing him like for just because it's like not only him underperforming, but the entire team. So how can you just put him and say that he's like the entire scapegoat? I don't understand that, but
yeah, well, because he's the quarterback.
Yeah,
he decides where the ball goes. But we also need to keep in mind when he had that magical comeback against Arizona, but then that Thursday we had to play it against 49ers. We didn't have Saquon.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that's going to make a big difference, but it would have. I'm assuming it would have made the game a little more competitive. But as Kanye would say, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, the injuries this year are crazy. It was
so bad. Hopefully we can bounce back next year. So at least Tommy gave us 5 minutes of enjoyment.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, like people are like, "Oh, you were a draft pick." I don't care about draft pick. That was those 2 weeks of watching Giants football were like so fun compared to the other weeks.
A rookie is not going to change our season around. It's not going to happen. It's a rookie quarterback is not. And I know when I say that, they're like, "Oh, well, look at Stroud. Roethlisberger had a magical season one year." Yeah, but I don't think in this type of offense, with this type of linemen and offensive line, offensive guard, and tackle, that whole situation, I don't think a big change would in the quarterback position would be a difference maker. That's just my 2 cents.
And not everyone's CJ Stroud. You can end up with an insane talent CJ Stroud. You can also get a Zach Wilson. It's like you never know where you're gonna end up with your top quarterback. So I wouldn't it's so. I feel like it's very premature to say that this rookie quarterback's gonna come and fix everything because we just don't know.
Hold on a sec. Caleb says, "Sneaky, share this if you can. 3 things in life are certain death taxes in Dallas not making the Super? I love it. I love that.
That's a good one. That's
Hey,
a good
Zone.
one.
I hate to cut this short, but I got to go to bed so I can get up tomorrow and do my 9 to 5. I appreciate you, fam. Let me hear it one time.
For sure, man. Much love. Great talking to you again. Glad to see you still doing your thing. Hope everything's good with you and the fam. It's like I said, it's always a pleasure. You're so a big reason why I continue to create TikTok. Like I said, you're you're one of my inspirations. Then so are one of my inspirations for creating TikTok. So I thank you so much on that. And yeah, just glad to talk. Big off season ahead. Hopefully we can bring back that man right there. Or I'm gonna be very upset if we don't. But yeah, man. That being said, let's go Giants. Out.
I appreciate you, fam. Oh man, this was a great show. This was a great show. For me, this was a great therapy session, if you will. Tanya, as always, thank you so much for sticking around. Captain, I was good to see you. WTF, obviously Zone, Young K, Caleb, Jay, Ant, Daryl, everybody that came on. Thank you so much, Billy. I'll see you Tuesday. Man, I'm really thankful that the Dallas Cowboys got eliminated this weekend. And if I didn't say anything otherwise, I'd be lying to you. Because man, oh man. And to the Cowboy faithful, listen. I just want to give you it's not hatred. It's nothing towards you at all. I just want to give you a lot of love. Lots of love. You got a lot of it Sunday. Oh, I cracked myself up. Let's go, Giants.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy, Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go, Giants.